All of us. Right high in the chat.
Well, now that we just went live, we can
I should
That's
probably.
why.
Yeah.
Oh, say hi now.
I should turn my volume down too.
Okay, once I get it on my
There we go.
live channels.
Y'all should have already been waiting. Yeah, for some weird reason, our views are less than 3 for video.
Huh.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, I feel like Twitch is being a jerk.
Did you guys get it yet? Because I haven't gotten it yet.
I haven't gotten it either.
I mean, I did.
But we can go directly to the source, maybe. Go here. And go here. Yeah. If you go directly to the channel, you'll be able to find it. That's close enough.
So Brandon, if you, because you're on the laptop, right click on Brock's name, I think.
Wait, what?
Or left click. And then it should have a part on there to allow you to add him as a moderator. No. Mod user. And that's how we mod people. You click on their name and push one button. But we're gonna have to do it for every single
Yeah, I'll do it today.
person. So when you guys are in, say hi.
Live and
Did you get you yet?
No.
Okay.
I was making sure that we knew what we're doing. Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm live now.
So is Michigan now going to have 2 symbols or only 1?
Dude.
I will have 2 symbols.
Mm-hmm.
I want Mitch to have like 20 symbols.
I think the max is 3. I've had 3.
Other than a prime, a mod, what's another
I mean,
symbol?
I've seen like 6-month subscriber, like X benchmarks number
Benchmark subscriber.
is what I've seen.
Top donator.
I've had that one.
Mm-hmm.
I donated $1 to a brand new channel. I got
Yeah.
top donator.
I just donated as soon as the stream happened, and then I'm the top donator.
Yeah, that works too. So I donated $1 to us.
Did you mod yourself, Brandon?
I believe he did.
Okay. Well, me.
And is
Yeah, go
John?
type something again. And Brock type something.
I did.
You did. Yeah.
Okay. So we're all mods on our own channel now.
As soon as Mitch
Oh,
confirms.
yo.
Hi
Hi
again.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all got the sword.
Woo!
Okay.
We are all now mods on our own channel.
Yay!
Oh, you guys want mods? You don't count for viewers now.
Actually, since we're all here,
That'd be really dumb.
no, mods definitely count.
They definitely count.
I don't, without.
I'm gonna go to Twitter right quick.
I think you'd have less people mod, because a lot of streamers will just get like people who are always in their channels that they trust as
Oh, yeah.
mods.
Did you end up making the Twitter for this? Sweet.
There's a
I'm
Twitter
gonna
for this. There's
follow it.
a YouTube for this.
for all of the people that follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
follow.
5 of them.
Yeah. I follow Thenotsolittleparty.
Oh, hey, Brooke.
Oh,
Good to see you.
welcome back, Brooke.
We got a surprise for you on Wednesday. Right now we're missing Spencer, so no surprises today.
Well, I mean, we could still have a surprise.
What if
don't know.
Mitch is actually a surprise?
No.
No.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't
Right.
want to log into it on my phone because that's where my Twitter is. But after the stream, I'll move the TV back.
Mm-hmm.
They have analytics on every single tweet on a page.
Oh.
In day 1, our schedule, our Twitch link, and our YouTube link had 25 views each.
Wow.
Because it just puts them with your whatever like feeds
Yeah.
or like things you might like. We ended up in 25 people's feeds for all
cool.
things. So Mitch, that was a great idea. I don't know if we got anything off of it, but like that's still a ton of people who are on theme who like it. I didn't know that's how Twitter worked.
I barely know
never
how
used it.
Twitter works. That is, in fact, Taco Bell. Somebody really wanted Taco Bell, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and starve, so don't mind me.
Me too.
Wait, no, it's not what we want.
Yeah,
I
we
had
cleared
a
up
sub sandwich today.
in our Discord. It's about we cleared up the last 2 sessions, so hopefully we'll get some Discord people to hang out with us.
Well, I didn't manage to get all the posts to all the medias yet, so let me do that right quick.
No,
So,
do not update right now, you stupid laptop.
fun story.
Why that be?
Yeah, you cancel that right now.
Ironic.
Oh, I'm gonna find the mouse. There it is.
Fun story. I went to see my grandma after we went to the Celebration of Life, not last Saturday, the Saturday before.
East.
And she goes, Austin, there's this weird pyramid thingy that keeps popping up on my Facebook. And I click it and nothing happens. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, a lot of triangles and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is she talking about? And I'm like, wait. I go through my photos because I have the logo with the link like as a picture. And I'm like, is it this thing? She goes, yeah, that's the one. How'd you find it? I'm like, it's on my phone, first off.
Alright, now we're being hosted.
Whoop, whoop. And I'm like, Grandma, that's just my friends and I stream stuff. Oh, well, I click on it, nothing happens. I'm like, that's not an actual link.
I mean, it's kind of a link.
It's just, yeah. And I'm like, Grandma, you just don't need to worry about it, okay? It's fine. And then she's like, oh, okay.
Hello, welcome to the beginning of the stream.
Hi.
Yeah, this is actually a good one for if people were to pop in because it's our side quest, so they're all designed to be one shot. So
Yeah.
it's a little more friendly that way.
There's a button to make the thingy smaller.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to catch one of your streams.
Well, there was going to be one on Sunday. Going to be.
There was, allegedly.
And then there wasn't, because someone wanted to take a nap.
Oh.
Was it me? Did I want to take a nap?
Yes.
Well,
Brandon,
I'm sure
it was
you
You
did.
wanted to take a nap.
Oh. So my phone randomly shouted at me. It was like, hey, you have a lot of temporary data on your phone. And I'm like, how much is a lot? And it was like 5.5 gigs.
That's a lot of temporary data.
And I was
How do you
like-
manage that?
What makes it temporary data?
It's just data that,
Random things that get stored.
they're not necessary files to run your apps,
Oh.
but they're things that you use so you might want to bring back.
Yeah.
So they keep them like on hand. And I had 5 gigs of it. The big one was Chrome because so many like cookies
Yeah.
and like every single autofill is saved on your phone.
Yep.
Anytime you go to punch in something into Google and it autofills, it's because it saved it as a cookie on your phone.
Yep. That's why you gotta clear that stuff every once in a while, otherwise.
I hadn't since I got my phone.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and I started deleting them one at a time.
Unless you have like tons of space, in which case don't bother. Like,
I mean, I still had tons of space, but that was a lot.
I mean, I actually don't have that many apps, so maybe I can go
It's just, again, my number one that had almost 2 gigs of the 5.5 was Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it too.
I do love the
And
meme.
I was clearing the caches one at a time. Matt looks at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just download an app." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, Google has an app that'll clear all your cache and temporary data in a button press." And I was like, "Oh, that would have been nice to know like 12 clicks ago."
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite memes is when it's like the comic, the guy's like, share your cookies, and he's like, yeah, I do that. And you have Cookie Monster under the line. You fool.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Okay, so I think I shared to Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I'll plug into Discord and then we'll start.
Perfect.
Side Quest Inc. 2.0. Oh, let me go back to Roll20 right quick. I classed up the.
Ooh.
Oh, we're going to get you the login info for our DM account for when you run a side quest Inc.
Yeah,
That is fair.
I made us a logo.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, it looks so.
I'll also need to get like a computer I can use to access it.
You can have the Chromebook.
Well,
That's the DM computer.
I think you mean like prep.
To the prep.
Okay.
I'll get there.
Phone.
I've tried to use Roll20 on phone.
Oh, you don't need to prep anything.
I've
Like,
done it on a tablet.
it's bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Is it?
I only did well for the side quest thing. Like, none of the stuff we're doing today requires a map. I just made a fun little map.
Cool.
No, yeah. So you do
Yeah, I
that.
figured there wouldn't be much to prep.
It's a lot of theater of mind.
Mhm.
And I didn't make any like
Oh,
Roll20 maps.
do we have any capabilities to show the logo closer?
Oh.
Or
Yeah, you can just.
we don't really have
Maybe
the
I should show the camera.
we don't have the cool abilities to.
I broke everything. Just pass the laptop towards the.
I had his
Let's
cat.
see. Is that going to be the right
Yeah, look at the
angle for
bottom
you
left.
guys?
Yeah.
Tilt.
Down a little bit for the glare.
So it's an Ouroboros with the side quest Inc. logo in the middle.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
The glare was real. I'm sorry about that.
And now we gotta fix everything.
I mean, I just gotta plug it.
No. Fix everything.
Fix everything because she wanted to see it.
All the problems forever.
So yeah,
There's a couple
it turns
problems
out that
we-
when they say free on the internet, nobody ever means free.
Correct.
So there was a free logo maker, and even to download, like if you right clicked on the image, it wouldn't say save image, like anywhere in the process until you made a full account. And I was like, bitch, you don't know how computers work. Print screen.
Yeah.
Fucking fight me. I just
Screenshot it.
zoomed in hella, and I was like,
I've done that once.
screenshot.
I was
Try me.
I was looking to make a coat of arms for
I-
the noble family, and I found one, and I made it, and then it was like, well, if you want to do anything with it, you're gonna pay us money. I'm like, print screen. That'll work.
I've gone to a couple of
I can
the
crop that.
coat of arms pages to get them, and I just really haven't felt that inspired by what I
my
made.
coat of I've never made one. The
You know
Usher
what?
coat of arms is just meh.
If I'm going to pay someone to
You've told me
make a
about
piece
that.
of art or like an image
It's
for
the
me or something,
tones.
it's gonna be someone I know.
That's fair. I probably first see.
Like-
tell you,
Like
can you
I'm
make
more
this
than
thing?
willing to stare at ads while using your free service. I'm okay with that.
That's
Don't ask me to make an account, subscribe to anything, or pay you any money. Okay, everything's broken, and it's all Top's fault.
I've never heard of PicMonkey.
Well, I'm used to it being Pub's fault, so I guess we're probably fine.
We're probably fine.
At least they're apologizing for it.
It doesn't count. You always apologize for everything.
Are you Canadian?
No.
No.
She could be though. You would never know.
Fair.
Hoser, don't you know?
So
Sorry.
I think this happened like last Wednesday. No, this happened to me on Saturday, where the little Chromebook doesn't like to recognize the TV after the
Oh, yeah.
TV's on.
So you have to turn it off.
So
and back on
yeah,
again.
I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Huh.
It's like when it first sees it, it's like, hey, a new device. Ba-ding. Yeah, it just fixed it.
Well, there we go.
But as soon as if you unplug and replug in the HDMI, it's like, no, that doesn't
That's
count.
not a thing.
That's not the same. But yeah, I made a new logo, and then I used the. I'm gonna use that picture. So it's the same like papyrus, basic ass stock photo of a piece of paper that I used for all of the heirloom items. I plan on using it enough where I put it on my desktop. I'm just like, I need to not go through 4 files to find this.
Fair enough.
I just want to use it.
We should probably get one for every single game, so we'll get our social media act together. That could be a part of it.
Yeah.
Tonight is. Ooh,
Oh,
this
I'm
one.
totally cool with making logos. I think they're hella fun.
Sweet.
Because I wanted to like make a map.
Um,
I've missed map making, and Wonder Draft is beautiful.
No, we
still haven't
haven't
used
gotten
that
around to
yet.
using bots yet.
No, I saw them. I saw the page that told me how to use them, and then I promptly ignored that page.
That'll do it.
I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Yes.
We're just not there.
Well, I was talking to Goblin Cave, and they're talking about how little they did in their first year of streaming. Like they didn't even start rating, and that's a slash command.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is a line of text in your chat that you go /raid space the person you follow. You have to, I think you have to follow them, but /raid space the channel name, and it goes bing and dumps everybody into it.
Yep.
And they didn't start doing that for a year, and I'm like, yeah, bots are relevant when you need bots.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess bots would be cool if, like, hey, you know, like, what's this campaign about? Boom.
I mean, there's that. Now that we have the Twitter too, we can have it post like
Yeah,
the
go
Twitter
follow us
link and
on
all that
Twitter,
stuff.
on Twitter and all that kind of stuff as well. We can also put a link to our YouTube page. To have
But
them
it'd
go
be-
there. Like that's what it's used for.
Or it'd be like,
We
you
can
know,
set
like,
it up.
what's the party comp? Boom. Party comp.
I mean, you could also just have a document open, and because you're right there by the computer, it's copy and paste. But whatever.
That's just like a lot of work, Austin. You sure about that?
No, I mean it's
Well,
things
the
for us to
thing
consider.
is like you can set up the bot and then it just kind of runs forever, and
Every
That's the
so
thing.
often it tings its thing.
and every once in a while you can have fun telling it to shut up.
That's
I
fair.
do it all the time.
I've heard Big do that. It's pretty funny.
I've had
We had a command for that for a while. You really need to set that back up.
Shane has a bot that like shouts out his merch channel,
Mm-hmm.
and then he because people kept yelling at it to shut up, he has a bot that tells you that makes fun of you for whining and complaining. So when you tell the merch bot to shut up and stop interrupting your conversations, the other bot makes wee wee wee, and someone's crying about it.
Yes.
Actually, that's really
That's
The
good.
first time it popped up, I was so fucking mad. Okay.
Harry Pop wants to know what bot does she need to get back online?
Oh, the what was it? Shut up, Nightbot command.
Nightbot.
I think it was that one.
Nightbot is the like most basic one you see on
Yeah.
every channel.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention Shut Up Jackson and Shut Up Snare. Those all need to go back.
I mean, I'll take a shut up snare.
Yeah, that seems fair.
And then once you get your game going, you're like, you get your crit emoji and your fumble emoji, and you're like, hey guys, I really need a crit. Spam those crits in the chat for me, please.
Yeah. So I was watching Goblin Cave today, and I do like their setup. I don't know if you guys have all watched it.
Brock was watching it a little bit today, and I was looking over his shoulder.
Mhm.
I randomly popped in on one of his
But they have
streams
the
yesterday.
cameras like
I haven't
this.
seen any other D&D stuff.
So imagine the
They all play over roll twice.
yeah, but imagine the cameras, they do this in an L,
Mhm.
and then the game's here.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what's happening, but nothing crazy.
Mhm.
I think I like that.
I mean,
That
yeah,
setup
if we were
really-
all at home on our own computers, that.
Well, I mean,
that
when
would
we
be
eventually have the cameras.
We're at home.
over half the people are at home.
This is true.
Yeah.
Actually, all three of you got desktops.
But
to
I'm
the
talking
table.
about just the layout of cameras to board state. I really
Yeah.
liked that. Of the borders is the people's faces, and they were able to have. I want to find out how you like edit stuff on stream. They all had borders around the person saying their character name and class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
So it was like so and so such and
So you
such.
just have like
The barbarian
under each person's
jokester.
face. You have like who they are under
that
it.
should
Mhm.
be that should be pretty easy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, I will just ask them.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Oh, you do that.
Their DM apologized for never catching any of our actual streams.
Well, they're always playing.
Well, when he mentions like, oh,
Every time he dumps in, it's like sorry for raiding and splitting.
They're
Yeah.
probably on a different
And-
time zone. We're West Coast, so except for
but yeah, he
Yeah.
mentioned that he is going to try and actually come out and hang out with us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
They play
We'll be
5e
excited to
D.
have
They
him
play
around.
5e Pathfinder and then a couple other things.
5e. Ugh.
Yeah, we play that game.
Fucking losers.
I doubt anyone at this table actually likes
Brendan,
5e.
did you put a name to the guy?
Well, call me
Name to
out.
what?
There we go. The very last
I
one.
just stared at you after the first name.
I didn't call you out.
Yeah, sorry. The name for our recruiting officer and the name for the town were like the last thoughts I had.
Yeah, I was trying to stream through it. I was like, I didn't copy and paste that. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did I know it's in here. I know he had a name.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
I wish I had remembered it. I just rewatched most of the stream yesterday.
Oh, for SideQuest Inc.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
'Cause it was on YouTube. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll watch, I guess.
Me too. So you named him
Put on
Vorth
review.
Stolthair.
Yeah. Okay. I called him like Captain Stop there or something like that.
Okay. So Captain Stolthair brings you all into a room. Just the four of you.
Okay.
Four.
Yeah, the four of us that were there.
With the player that the DM is also playing.
Yes.
Yes. I'm here.
Who is Tormund? Or Tormund?
Tormund.
Tormund, son of
Got it.
Tormund.
Oh, do we want to quickly
That's
go over our characters since for Brooke and Fiery Pup?
Sure.
Sure.
Let me find Tormund, son of Tormund.
Thanks
While
for watching. Go
Austin's
first.
looking, I
There he
am
is.
Amara Sarwarin. I am a elven. Right now, I'm a commoner, and I'll be going into the Slayer class. So I will be looking into ranged combat. I am much more at home in the woods than I am in civilization, but I
He's much
realize
more
that the woods isn't going to give me everything I need for my entire life. So it's time for me to branch out and to truly enter the world.
I think a druid would disagree with you on that statement.
Well, that's why I'm not a druid or a ranger. I'm
Okay,
a slayer.
Oh, so I'm gonna sidetrack us for a second.
Oh no, not sidetracking.
I know. There's just one last thing I
That
haven't
is the
had.
one thing we can't stand for on this channel is
Yep.
sidetracking.
Especially not
Let's
with
talk
side
about that
quests
for half an
incorporated.
hour.
So I was in a not safe for work ask me anything chat,
Okay.
and it got brought up of dick pics. Like, are they ever okay? And it was Marley, and she responds, no, but there is an acceptable alternative, and it was a pose that you can do
Okay.
that work. And she said she made the bold claim that it works for any guy, and I said no, it doesn't.
Did you do it?
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh no.
You guys aren't ready.
Nope.
But
I'm ready. I am thoroughly ready.
That makes one of us.
I love it.
But yeah, she said when they have their shirt above their belly button, and you put your thumb in your pant loop, and you pull it down just enough to see like the swimmer's V.
Yeah.
And I was like, woman, you don't understand.
What swimmer's V?
So I tried to immediately do that picture at work, and I had a resident son walk into the bathroom when I was taking the first one. So there's me with my shirt halfway up my giant fucking gut, and my thumb trying to. Yeah. He walks in, he's like, and I was like, and I just bolt out of the fucking. I bolt out of the bathroom. I go into the kitchen, and I grab the current order that's in the window. And by the time I calm down enough to take it out, I drop to the table.
I'm sure there was a pun somewhere.
If there was a pun, I missed it.
And he's at the table.
Of course.
That's amazing.
Did you make no eye contact or all the eye contact?
I dropped the plates off, said have a good time, and left.
Okay.
Yes.
No eye contact. Probably a smart move.
Zero eye
Oh,
contact.
I'm a genius. I didn't even realize it.
Oh, that's not how that works, Brendan. If you accidentally pun, you're not a genius.
Brendan, you suck. You didn't notice.
So that was unfortunately, no pun intended, where I do make it a point to always intend the puns that I know of.
So I'll go back to the introducing characters part.
Oh yeah. Now that I've stopped sidetracking you from the things.
Are you sure there's nothing else we can sidetrack about?
can.
No, that was
We'll
pretty
go
much
there, yeah.
everything.
So
Okay.
speaking of sidetracking, I watched a
No.
StarCraft.
Shh.
No, you don't need to bring StarCraft into this.
No, absolutely not.
StarCraft's gay.
I hate it.
I don't believe you.
I'm sad.
I mean, I do
Well,
have
I
one
just
thing we
don't
can sidetrack
understand-
with, but we'll save it for
I just
later.
don't understand even a little bit of it.
I wasn't going to talk about StarCraft at all. Just that he streams StarCraft.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Parn Nambu.
How dare
Yeah, sure. I'm
I
Parn-
saw a dick pic today.
Guys.
He wasn't quick enough.
I am Parn Nambu. I am a halfling adept who is going into Summoner. I don't remember the name of the NPC class.
Oh, there's only 4 of them.
And that was the one I forgot.
Aren't there more than
Here's 5.
Adept,
Commoner,
expert, warrior.
Aristocrat? Do we say that?
Oh, aristocrat. I guess it's a class.
It's better than Commoner.
I mean, yeah.
What was the name, Brock? Apparently we need
Yeah, I didn't catch the name.
His first name is Parn and gave him a weird last name.
So his name's Parn.
Parn
P-A-R-N.
Nambu.
Parn? P-A-R-N?
Okay.
Okay, 1 letter off from a really bad first name.
I was literally going to say, I love watching me some Parn.
Some Karn Parn.
Things that don't occur to me.
I love Parn when it's got Karn.
Hey, I didn't even make the name. I used a name
This
generator.
is why you
That
gotta
looks
stick
cool.
to the normal names, Brock. I know we gave you tons of shit for that too. But
That's because half the guys are named Bob.
It was Jeffrey, but yes.
yes, it was Jeffrey. So many Jeffreys.
There are a lot of Jeffreys. I've never been good with
There's
names.
only one Bob in my life, and he is the Lord of Chaos.
That is very true.
Oh, that guy.
There's only one. I know one that's a 2-mana 2/1 that draws you a card.
So, my character is Tormund Giantsbane, son of Tormund's Giantsbane. He is a warrior. And I'm going to be taking him into the Titan Slayer archetype of fighter. Use the big weapons.
Yeah.
The oversized weapons?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't mention my archetype.
And my character's name is William Bumble. He is a halfling commoner who, unbeknownst to him, is about to become an oracle.
Oh, you decided on a class because
Yeah.
you were.
I was pretty certain about
He was,
oracle.
yeah, he was going for Oracle pretty hard.
Like,
He was pretty sure. Talk to me.
All right.
Oh, hey,
so,
Margie.
That's all right.
so
I didn't notice.
yeah, you'll notice, guys, that it says
Hi, Margie. I love you.
SideQuest Inc. So this is
Honestly,
What?
confessions love the strangers.
this
Yep.
is what we decided to play when one of our players can't make it.
Yeah.
So we are finishing up the initiation process to become fully fledged members of the Adventurers Guild in our custom Pathfinder world that we're slowly building.
Oh, Brandon's Twitch is logged in here. Cool.
nifty.
Oh, because as I told you, when I run, I just load my Twitch on there. So you can type for me and make me look like a jackass.
I mean,
I
yeah.
just
I
said
wasn't
it.
going to, but thank you.
I'm still not going to. I have too many tabs. I have time for that.
Ain't nobody got
Open
time
up
for
all
that.
the tabs.
I'm like, I have the Roll20, my script, my character, the Twitch stream. I'm good.
How am I
So
opening up tabs?
it is plenty on a Chromebook.
I guess it's fair. I've never owned a Chromebook. I have no idea how much that thing can handle. Probably not much.
They can handle PDFs way better than our other laptop could, but
That's a start.
It's not saying much. That's pretty trash at that.
so Captain stopped there, pulls you guys into a side room, and sits you guys down. Well, it is time for you guys to become specialists and to gain your training into what you decide to be the best combat experiences that you, I guess, would be comfortable with. I have suggestions of mentors. You will go out with a mentor, and they will give you a single task. If you finish that task, they will continue to train you until you have met the basics. Unfortunately for this, though you guys are a 4-man squadron, you'll be on individual missions, as each specialization requires you to be trained for quite a while. Everyone really needs to get on the same track. That way, when you guys have finished your training at roughly the same time, we can come back. You guys can get back to missions.
Right, that makes sense.
So, we'll start with the easiest one. How are you doing?
How you doing?
So, lass, you have proven yourself a decent shot. Now it is time for you to hunt prey larger than mere donkey rats.
Donkey.
When you leave here, you will be approached by Titalia. She is a steel-ranked adventurer who is specialized to be a slayer for our Adventurers Guild. She will accompany you on a mission into St. Gobnit's Wood, north of here. Harn.
Oh, before I'll say thank you for the opportunity. I won't let you down, sir.
I'm sure you won't. Now, Parn, you're an odd one. You have potential to be a caster of magics, but I know not what of. In a few days, I think in 3 days, there will be a gathering of magical guild members not too far from here at a place known as Keeper Hill. You will head out today. You'll go there and you will oversee their magics and partake in what you can, and mingle with many types of casters. My hopes is that one of them will resonate with you, and you can find what castings you really want to do.
I like it.
Tormund, you fancy yourself a strong boy. I see that weapon is a bit big on you, but I happen to know a specialist, Korg Greytooth. He is actually in town at the moment from raids fighting giants to the south. I think he can get you a handle on those weapons. Now, Mr. Bumble, you've had some experience in this life already. I think you would enjoy the Academy in Achilles. It is a 2-day ride north of here by horseback,
Okay.
and you will learn a great deal. The Academy specializes in battlefield strategy and tactics, as well as troop management, skill assessment, and other miscellaneous battle subjects.
Well, that sounds perfect.
You are to go there and to not return until the instructors tell you so.
Can do. Can I get that in writing?
I suppose. And he'll sit down and pull out some paper, pull out some ink, and slowly write down what I've said. So, what do you like?
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, while you're talking to individuals, we're typing. Sorry.
That seems fair.
Just had to cut my fingers off.
I mean, do it.
Don't be a little bitch, Brock. Just
Do it for the vine.
I ain't gonna do it for the vine.
Do it for the vine.
I ain't gonna do it for the vine.
Do it for the vine. Not do it for the dick.
I wouldn't put that past him.
Yeah, we need it. Who wants to go first? Because I have stuff for everybody. Brock's going first.
I don't think Brock wants to go first.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Me and
you guys
Brock are
all.
good to go.
Oh, guys, one thing happens to Brandon on the way out. He gets actually told because
Nice.
Tatalia's outside the door.
Oh, my turn here?
Yeah. So yours is the only one who's in the building. So outside the door, you see an elven woman dressed in all black studded leather. She nods to you and ushers you to follow her. Once outside, she greets you. Hello, I am Tatalia, and I will be training you this week or so. If you pass, you will proceed through your training to be a slayer. If you fail, it means you've died.
I will make every intention to pass and to become a full member of the guild.
Well, I will hold you to that word. We are headed to St. Gobnet's Wood, where you will hunt yourself a wolf. You will stalk your prey, find its den, isolate it, and exploit its weaknesses. It is only through these practices that we can kill an opponent stronger than ourselves. Rocco. It is a full day's journey to Keeper Hill by horseback. When you get near the alleged location, you know something weird. One of the trees to the side of the road has something glowing on it.
Can I reach you?
Yeah.
All 3 feet of me?
Yeah, I mean, you can't touch it. It's like the tree is glowing.
Oh.
Part of it is glowing.
Oh.
When you get closer, it appears to be a strange glowing rune etched into the tree. As you approach it, you notice that it's an eye inside of a pentagon. And as you get like right next to the tree, you notice like, hey, there's another one.
Oh.
And you trot onto that one. When you're right next to that one, you're like, hey, there's another one.
Oh.
And it's only until it's not until you're right next to the one you've most recently found that another one pops up.
Oh.
Eventually, you follow this trail of runes, and the trees stop. In a small clearing, it's a cozy little cottage. The windows are caked with dust, but other than that, the area seems well kept. The weeds and stuff around the cottage is well kept, and smoke seems to be rising from the chimney. What do you do? When you knock on the door, it unwraps. And inside is a grand laboratory, several stories high and hundreds of feet wide. Imagine a Comic-Con for magic, where the room is filled with strange projects, wondrous displays of custom spells, unique magics, people tuning things this way and that. Everything is before you. What do you do?
Guys, it's bigger on the inside. I noticed.
We're going inside.
Huh?
Can I just
The light of
Around it
outside
first.
disappears, and you
Damn.
turn around and there's more room. But where you walked in, there's a good solid 40 foot like square of no stalls, nobody showing off anything, and people are walking kind of around it. It's an oddly empty square.
Well, I go there so I
might
can
be
try to get a better
That
view
might,
of everything.
You're already in it. That's where
Oh,
you
okay.
entered.
Oh, okay.
This is probably a landing pad of sorts.
There's so much. I just started walking around and seeing what all was there first.
Okay. You will see a myriad of magical. Oh, excuse me. Not just like spells being cast, but magical items that you've. I don't know if you have spellcraft.
Yes.
Roll me some spellcraft.
+3.
Oh, 15.
There we go.
I had more than that. 6, whatever.
So you know a few magical items that are more commonplace. You know of the standard adventuring ones, the belts and headbands that enhance your physical and mental stats, rings that help protect you as well as amulets, cloaks that help protect you from spells. You've heard of boots that make you go faster. More, mundane things. Here, what you see a man showcasing several pairs of boots, and you're like, "Hey, I know what that is." He puts a pair on and jets of air burst out from the bottom of him, and he starts to fly around. You see people put on rings and turn into dragons.
That's a cool ring.
Yeah, a
It's
ring.
probably real expensive.
A ring would be pretty cool. So, all around you, and some of them are even less eccentric, but more utility based. You see a fountain of water just endlessly spewing out fresh, clean water with a person. Several cups dangle from chains. He asks everyone to pass by to make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Next to it is a strange machine. It's a rectangular box, and there's little square panels on it with several different fruits. And he ushers up, press one. And the panel flaps down,
Ooh.
and an apple appears.
What kind of apple?
Granny Smith.
These nuts.
I'm not
I
familiar
thought
with
this apple
that.
looked funny.
It's a fantasy apple.
Okay.
Suck these nuts. An open here or open there? Yeah. So you are approached.
Oh, big boy.
Staring. So you're staring wide-eyed. Yeah, he is.
It's not going full screen.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Eat.
You were staring wide-eyed at all of these,
Don't make him angry.
Oh.
all of these various magical wonders and strange splendors and spells, and you feel, even though you were on a cold stone floor, you feel the floor shake a little as two large footsteps stop behind you.
Yeah, I'm like 3 feet tall.
In a deep voice that shakes your tiny frame. You're enjoying yourself,
Yeah.
Snack. Aren't you a cute one? Pet, pet, pet.
Ow. Yes.
This room has many wonderful splendors. But why is someone so inept here? And so poorly dressed at that?
Gotta start somewhere.
I have socks worth more than you.
It's not the point.
So tell me, O puny one, what wonders of the arcane draw your eyes? What's the problem? Bog Heast got your tongue?
Oh, what? Alright, I have my tongue. But, no, I wanted
You'll
to.
have to come with me. And he grabs you
Okay.
by the nape of your neck.
Okay,
And just walks off with
I'm a
you.
cat now.
You see, my boy, this is the Magic Arcadium.
Ooh.
Every year, wizards, sorcerers, summoners, witches, shamans, druids, clerics, the world over, come to show off and share their research into magics. But those who are clever do not show all. If you are so ignorant of magic, I can only assume that you are still an aspiring magician. Well, there is a secret group here that practices ancient magics called ritual magics. It is a powerful and dangerous sort that requires many, many casters. I feel that this group has at least someone who can teach one as unknowing as you. And you are being carried by this like 7.5 foot tall, 4 foot wide. Imagine Bob, Wolverine's friend. Don't call me Blob.
Yeah.
But then imagine he's dressed like a noble.
Brock, roll a spellcraft to see if he's using
Why?
polymorph giant form.
I think Wilson Fisk is probably better.
I do not know.
You don't know if he's using.
I do not know.
Well, from the Daredevil show, he's pretty freaking big.
He is pretty big.
He's a very large statured man in every single iteration.
I guess,
yeah.
yeah, Kingpin, from like the way he's described or way he's portrayed in the non-live action stuff, is this guy. Like, he's a fucking big dude.
Yeah, and he always is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he carries you, and you go for quite a while. And as you start to go away from that general landing pad, the things become less mundane, less, I guess, commonplace, and start to becoming more of a, why the fuck would you ever do that? Where you see people opening up portals to multiple planes and bringing in creatures into one spot.
I like that one.
And these weird amorphous monstrosities show up of like they're dead in 30 seconds because how could you ever summon a chicken inside of a how could you ever summon a celestial chicken inside of a bone devil?
Oh.
People are going over, if you take the poison from this creature, this creature, this creature, you do, these steps here, you mitigate this, and you poison someone with a third one, and then take it out of their blood, boil it back down. You have a poison that can kill a dragon. We're
I
talking.
don't like it.
It starts to get dicier and like more fucking eccentric. And why is there 30 steps for you to do the spell? And you're like, because it could. There are people running around raving that you can replicate a fireball if you combine these 16 spells from the divine magical sources.
Seems like a lot of work.
That is the joys of magic.
That's not the point.
If you have the willpower, magic can make you into anything you choose. Though I was never quite as small as you, there was a time where I was a twig. Not so small as to be a snack, but
Were you just as tall in the twig? Because that would look funny.
for humans I was short and very scrawny, a street rat. Then I found magics and made it my own.
Oh.
And now I am the glorious man you see today.
Yeah.
There are strange magics that most would not approve of. It is through these outcasts great magics are performed. As you get further away, I myself am a hemothurge.
A what?
Oh. Is that blood magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a bloat mage.
That's
I
cool.
That sounds gross.
Magic runs in my blood. I can override my body's fail-safes and produce great and wondrous things. And my very blood can be used to fuel magics. I have become one with magic.
Do you pop if someone like pokes you?
Try.
No.
He'll pull out a little. He'll snap off one of the claws on his scepter, like it was nothing, and hand it to you. And it's about 2 inches long. You see him posting it on. You'll have to try harder than that.
Attack roll.
No,
Oh.
I don't want him to miss. So you get a hold of this little spike and you jab it into him, and it pokes through his shirt and into his skin. And when you pull it out, you can see a little half-inch wound just sitting there. You can see it's an open wound, but it's not bleeding.
You can have this back now.
Such meager wounds mean nothing when you have full control of the magic in your blood. The magic that is my blood.
That's weird.
And he'll set you down and put the piece back on, and then he carries you to a wall. Eventually there is a wall. And he places his scepter upon the wall and pushes you through. He walks in himself. My boy, today you are going to witness a change in magical power. A ritual dug up from the most ancient ruins. We are going to summon an Elder One and bind it to our blood,
Wait,
to ourselves.
wait. I think I've heard that word.
Have you?
Roll it.
Have you?
Yes, actually.
18 on the die.
24.
Yeah, you've heard of really, really ancient beings of insane power, and most people go mad if they get close to their followers.
Can you find them?
If you are powerful enough. And oh, my friend, we are.
Do I have to be here for it?
Well, if you were to leave this room now, we'd certainly have to kill you.
Oh,
Do you care to keep living?
yes.
I have many of friends who would enjoy a nice servant or two. You wouldn't have to die for some of them. Enchantment is a beautiful school, but necromancy is so much more efficient. Well then,
The summoning part.
and he ushers you down a hallway, and it opens, and very quickly the tiled floor and the stone walls give way to a natural cavern, and it opens up into a huge room.
No, Kansas City.
Stalagmites and stalactites reach down towards each other. In some places they actually touch, but in the very center is a large purple circle of runes that seem to be flowing and shifting on the floor.
Well, that's pretty.
12 casters stand around it, and one of them shouts up. I just lost his name. Friend! It is good you are here. The ritual is done. All we need now is to fuel it. And you've brought a friend.
I don't like the implications of this.
That will be well. Yes. I thought our new ally would need a little snack.
Wait.
throws you into
Wait,
the
no!
the ritual circle. Quickly, a force cage is popped around you,
Okay.
and they begin chanting.
Flap, I don't think we're gonna make it.
You see
Okay, I'm scared too.
Friend tear open his arms as his blood begins to pour into the ritual. 6 mages stand on either side of him to form the circle, and they begin chanting, and through various means pumping their magics into the circle. Don't worry, little one. You will be the catalyst.
For what?
And the magic slowly creep up you, and you are in basically a mostly blood cocoon.
This is gross.
You can see out of it as these magics start to swirl and pulse and build, and your cocoon shatters and tears start to open up in reality. Various limbs start to reach forth
Don't touch me.
through the portals
Don't touch
from
me.
all
No,
directions,
no.
more like a dome reaching down towards them. Once they get within a simple lurch from you, the little bird flies out, pecks the hand.
Yeah, kill him.
The hand
No! No, not you! Flap!
and crushes Flap. You hear the bones snap and the limb. A deep rumble echoes out. And friend, I'm sorry, my lord, that was not your intended sacrifice. Please allow us more time. The portals, and a large one opens right over your head. And a huge tentacle pours out,
I don't like this game.
and the end of it slowly starts to grow longer until it receives a point, and you see it right into Fran, and he starts to shrink
Oh, in the hip?
into Fran,
Oh.
not only in girth but in size, until he is a 5 foot tall, 90-pound skeleton of a man inside of the blanket of a clothes of an outfit.
on here? I lost Flap.
And what little blood he has still drips out of him. We will try again, my lord. And as it slithers back, or snaps back into its portal, it clips the force cage and rips it part way into the portal. The portal closes, and right as it closes, something flies out, and you slam to the ground.
Oh.
As the force cage hits, the magics erupt out, and you are now standing in a cavern, surrounded by 13 unconscious mages. But you hear a strange voice.
Who is there?
Parn?
Yeah.
Parn, it's me.
No, where is that? Is that Flap? Hey, you're a lot bigger. You're a lot bigger.
It's me. Flap.
Wait, I could feel what you're talking. What the crap just happened? Can we go? Let's go. I don't like it.
Okay.
Monkey, let's go. Gosh, that was big enough for me to ride you now.
No.
No.
No, that sounds like a not fun idea.
I mean, that wasn't gonna. Of course not. That
You thought
wasn't
about it.
No,
You
maybe.
thought about it.
Okay.
You seem too fat still.
Hey!
He sticks his tongue out at you and flies away.
No! Get back here and chase after him.
So you chase after him, and he flips through the wall And you're back in the shady part.
Well. Just ignoring me and the birdies. Walking through,
Brandon's doing something.
What'd you clip? Did you clip me like?
No, Fiery Pup clipped it.
Brandon said that tentacles were hentai because your name is porn. He thinks he's very clever. Mr. I made a poem.
I don't think I can even begin to explain what's going on, pup, so you're out of luck.
Why did you make fun of my whimpers? Yeah, I was scared. Jerk.
Yeah, pardon was scared.
So at this point, do I kind of just somewhat awkwardly just kind of leave?
So, you're still chasing.
Oh, I'm still
Yeah.
chasing my bird.
Yeah.
Okay. Still chasing Flap.
Oh, yeah, I can do that sometime.
Flap is zooming through. Zzz. I mean, I don't know how fast an Eidolon would go. I think it's 40?
Let me double check. I think I have it over here. Oh, 30. So he can in front of me, but I keep up with him.
Yeah, so you're kind of evenly pacing him. You'll start to lag behind when you get to more heavily populated areas. And as you're going through, on the sides, a giant tongue reaches out and catches him.
No! Don't eat him!
Brock,
Oh.
for like 5 minutes.
I had him the whole time, okay? He just
And you see him in the lips of a giant frog. And this thing is a huge 18, 20 foot tall, wide toad.
Hi, Mr. Toad. Do you mind not eating my bird?
I'm not eating him. Can't you tell?
No.
As he's sticking out of his mouth here, and he's talking out here.
Could you not hold him?
And from behind him walks a halfling. Huh.
Is this your toad?
I mean, it's not mine. He's his. I'm mean. We are ween. I don't own him.
Can you ask him
We're partners.
to not have my bird in his mouth?
I mean, it's not a bird.
What do you mean it's not? It's my bird.
No, that's a
My
collection
That's not my void.
of planar gunk with the consciousness of a bird.
A what?
An eidolon, my dear boy.
Oh, wait. I've heard that word before.
Yeah, it's what summoners have. You are a summoner, correct?
Wait, so oh yeah, I guess I am. How does that work?
How long have
What
you
happened there?
How long have you had this goo bag with the brain of a bird?
Wait. Like a minute.
Ah. Follow me.
Can I have my play goo back? Still gonna call it flat.
Yep. And for the next 4 days, this mysterious halfling who refuses to give you his name.
I'm just gonna ask for his name.
His
Is
name
it
is
you?
his. That's why you call it his name.
Can I know his name?
Nope. For it is his.
It's Rumpelstiltskin.
But that doesn't prevent it from being yours. What do I call you?
Whatever you like.
Alright, Robert. Let's do this thing.
All right, Robert. Not a bad name.
Alright will be your first name. Robert will be your last.
I quite enjoy that.
Alright. Alright, what are we doing?
And he'll go through the steps of how you dismiss and summon your Eidolon. And the fact that you can now summon other creatures of more mundane variety. And basically, he's going to drill you on summons. Whatever spells you may cast is whatever spells you may cast. He doesn't care. But the bringing forth and using of other creatures, basically just going to do it over and over and over again and have them do various tasks for 3 straight days.
I like it.
And now you're a Summoner.
Summoner.
Summoner is a weird one because it kind of just
Tiny bit.
You don't go train to be a summoner. You're not like, I'm going to stare at a portal until I form a connection with something inside of it. Just kind of, you're like, hey, I'm now bonded to that planar goo. It looks like this now. We're friends.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like the spells part makes more
Pretty much
sense
how that
because
works.
other classes that do that, but the
Yeah.
Eidolon's kind
There
of
are plenty of other casters at the Magic Emporium that can teach you how to channel your magic to do various spells for whatever ones you'd like to have, because I think they're spontaneous.
Yeah, spontaneous.
For whatever ones you would like to have on your list. But yeah. So, I'm not role playing out mine. It's just going to happen.
That seems fair.
Mr. Brandon, who wants to go first?
Do you want to talk to yourself
Oh,
for a half hour?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Okay.
Yay! The other class, I was sitting there on Discord last night. I'm like, hey, here's the situation. How the fuck do I do this?
Was that for me or for
Oh,
his?
talking
Both.
about
For me.
talking about your stuff.
How do I have you go from an NPC into an oracle, or an NPC into a summoner? Both classes just kind of. But Mitch's had a little bit more fun to it. Yeah, as if summoning a Cthulhu monster wasn't fun enough. Sorry, a blood mage and his compatriots summoning a Cthulhu monster wasn't good enough. I figured some world building wouldn't hurt. Secret magical organizations summoning great monsters. Like, that's there.
Seems good.
So,
Real quick,
Mr.
not to
Bumble.
derail too much, but is there a system of hemalurgy within the Pathfinder rule set?
Hemalurgy?
That's blood magic.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a blood mage isn't
Bloat.
wizard archetype, right?
Yeah, it's a bloat mage.
Oh, okay.
Bloat mage is a. Is it a first party stage class or a third
What
party?
I know of it is, yeah. Yeah, it was in a. What did we come across once? We came across on Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Pathfinder Chronicles City of Strangers. That is a first party source. Yeah, it is a first party prestige class that requires fifth or sixth level casting.
I was just curious if there was a system for blood magic within Pathfinder. So
I looked after I decided he was a blood mage. Because I wanted a fat dude
That's fair.
who was overtly eccentric, and I was like, you know
I
what?
had a fear. It's like if he's a blood mage, we have.
Third edition had blood mages that could come from any casting, including sorcerer. He could just be a very charismatic giant douche.
He was a charismatic.
And if not, I was going
giant
to shoot him anyways. I just want to see if there was. Yeah, hemothurges, or more commonly or derogatorily known as bloat mages, are arcanists who believe there's literal truth to an old euphemism that magic runs in the blood. By magically overriding their body's failsafes and producing more blood than they need, bloat mages are able to greatly increase their magical abilities, but at the cost of becoming grotesque, bloated masses of engorged flesh. That all you need is a hat of disguise greater. And now
Die.
you were just a big guy. Now you were a kingpin and not a don't Google bloat mage. They're really gross.
You just told a bunch of people not to Google bloat mage. Do you know what they're going to do now?
The
I
thing
am
that
not going to Google blood mage because.
The best part is that most of them have leeches all over their body
Right.
so that they don't explode.
Fair.
The leeches are constantly draining their blood as they're generating an enormous amount of hits so that they don't go pop. Some of them get real gross. Some of them are really boring. Like there's one of the Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Yeah. Came across that one.
Nice.
Lugnim the Vast. He just looks like a really fat dwarf.
I recognize that picture.
Curse of the Crimson Throne. Rune Lords of the Shattered something or other. So yes, Mr. Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
I need my dice back.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's time for William Bumble to go and learn combat tactics.
So,
That's all this
Mr.
is going to
Bumble,
be.
you have had some experience. You set off to the academy.
As long as you don't get followed by tentacles.
So, as you leave the headquarters,
Okay.
you are issued a pony because
Ooh,
you're not tall enough to ride the rides of horses.
That seems perfectly reasonable.
And it is a 2-day ride north. Okay. Well, nothing happens on your way there. You arrive without problem.
Oh, good.
You will find the academy. Oh, which are the missions? And I didn't do this.
Oh,
The journey this far.
nifty.
Nothing is to scale. Because that's not how this is going to work.
Yeah.
Where did I go? Did I go to the woods?
No.
No, I haven't gone to the woods.
You went to Keeper Hill.
I did go keep it up? Okay, I wasn't sure. It was like those trees, but there wasn't.
Yeah, there are usually trees at the base of a mountain. Because, water goes down a mountain and there's usually like grasslands, and
Oh.
trees and stuff. Because that's how nature works.
Yogo. Okay.
I don't know what yoga means.
Yogo once.
Nice.
I mean, if you're into looking at
Well, we all know
bloated
that's
fat
not true.
people covered in leeches, that's fine.
It's more like Pringles.
You know, the image that
So,
I
my
truly
boy.
only Googled once is blue waffles.
Let's stop.
Still
Sorry.
haven't Googled it. Still not going to.
Blueberry Eggo's the best. So, you arrive in Alahias. It's a village in comparable size to Keld. What do you do, Mr. Bumble? He just told you that it was in that town.
I mean, how many people are out and about at this point in the day?
40, 50 people?
Okay.
Decent amount. It's a couple. It's still not a town. It's still like a decently sized village.
I will go ahead and ride up next to somebody and say, hey, hello. My name is William Bumble. I came all the way here from Keld. I'm looking for the academy.
Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bumble. The academy is 2 streets up on the left.
Well, thank you very much for your help, kind sir.
Have a great day.
All right, will do.
So, without any other problems, you find the academy. It is, imagine just a very stereotypical I guess it's a single big building. It's about 80 feet across, 2 stories tall. Very standard schoolhouse looking building up.
Okay.
Upon entering the door, you are greeted by a painfully normal-looking professor
Okay.
with, probably like a sweater vest and slacks and glasses and his hair
I like
kind of just
We're talking like modern
come over-
day.
yes.
gameplay? Oh God.
yes. Oh, greetings. I am Veneris Krestov. It is a pleasure to meet you. He set his hand.
Likewise, my name is William Bumble. That is a very interesting style of dress, sir. I don't think I've ever seen anything much like it.
Oh, it is quite in the up and up with the academics.
Oh, you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till next session and William Bumble's all decked out.
Are you here to enroll?
Yes, I am indeed. I came here from the Adventurers Guild from Keld.
Ooh. We get so few of you these days.
Really? You'd think more people would come here. Like, there's an entire subsection of their guild classes that is made all about leadership and combat and stuff.
If only people glorified leadership. No, these days people just want to kill stuff. They want to hit things with a big thing, or they want to blow things up with spells.
That doesn't make much sense. I'd rather be the guy that tells someone to go kill the thing.
You'd think more people would like that.
Right?
All the excitement of adventure, all the beautiful sights, and none of the
Plus,
risk.
all the paperwork you get to do when you're the one who has to come up with everything.
I do love paper.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So, he he reaches by the desk. Speaking of paperwork, your enrollment papers.
Oh, thank you.
And it's a stack of papers, not too big, single-sided because it's an ink pen, and that would be a nightmare.
That would be a
To be
nightmare.
double-sided.
Yeah.
But it is an enrollment form. It's name, age, species, birthplace, purpose of coming here, where you came from, why you came here, a small questionnaire about what you want to do with this information, what extra information you think, what do you expect to have here, and then there is a to be filled out later. Compare what you expected to learn here with what you did learn here. Because
I
they're
love
always
those.
willing to have more feedback.
Perfect.
Georgie says bye.
Bye. Love you.
Alright, good night, Margie.
Here we go.
Perfect.
Okay. So, how do you fill that out? You are William Bumble.
William Bumble. I come from the little town of Gibb. I was the assistant to the mayor of our small little town.
Assistant to the regional.
It's a small town, but everyone has to have somebody.
Oh
You gotta
jeez.
dream big. Stepping stone, you know. But then a handful of the younger folk wanted to go out and adventure, and I couldn't very well just leave them out on their own, so I went with them to Keld and assigned myself to the Adventurers Guild. From there, we completed a couple of initiation tests and a small mission, and then I was told to come here for specialization training.
And how old are you, Mr.
I am 30 years old.
Oh, quite young, quite young. So
Kind of.
many years ahead of you.
I mean, I do.
All
Though
right.
technically, I mean, halflings don't live that long, not that much longer than the humans do.
Oh, you still have many years ahead of you, especially behind the front lines.
Right.
Just consider the maximum age of a frontline fighter.
That's not very long.
Indeed. Now, if they had come to me, I would not have said many years ahead of them.
That seems fair.
Alrighty. So let's see here, and he goes through and cross-references it with a book. First class. Skill assessment. I feel like that should be your first class, your primary class right here.
Okay.
It is a class focused on assessing someone's skill and combat capabilities by appearance alone.
Perfect.
And
Wait, by appearance alone?
by appearances alone.
How does that work?
You'll learn.
Okay.
It is in room 2A.
Okay.
Second floor, up the stairs, first door on the left.
Okay. Do you happen to have like a map of the layout of this building?
Memorization is a key part of learning here. Get used to it.
That's fair. Okay.
Wish you the
Just
best of
used to
luck.
having things on paper. Anyway.
So, you go upstairs, and when you reach for the door, you get just a weird feeling. Like imagine the awkward feeling on the first day of school, but you're a grown-ass man.
Right.
You just get this weird feeling like this class is just like, ugh. You just feel uneasy about it.
Okay.
So you go in there, and there is a classic college style. There is a chalkboard with a man up front who just looks like an average dude, normal commoner guard, despite the eccentric attire of Veneris. This man is dressed in regional garb,
Okay.
and he has growing bags under his eyes, and he speaks in a very monotone voice. Welcome
We don't
to
have that,
Skill
though.
Assessment
Expansion.
101. Please have a seat.
Yes, sir, Professor.
And he begins to write, my name is... Let's see how this goes. Okay. And as he's writing out his name, his chalk snaps in half.
Oh.
And you hear him mumble about budget cuts and cheap chalk, and he goes to write it. And over the course of him writing his name
Glad to know your
and
face balls with
Skill
that.
Assessment 101, he breaks 3 pieces of chalk.
Oh.
And he's just moving forward. You will now be assigned textbooks, and you see him reach down and struggle to lift what is 15 textbooks, and you hear like a
Are you okay?
I'm fine. My salary totally doesn't cover this, but I'm fine. Please come to the front of the class.
So, not to be that guy, Professor, but if you, my friend, were not able to lift up those books, how exactly am I going to do it?
One at a time. You'll get everybody.
Why didn't you just grab them one at a time?
But I was gonna put them on the desk and just please get them one at a time in single file.
Okay. I will do that then. I will grab.
And
how tall is this pack? You said 15 books?
It's probably taller than you for sure.
How tall is this stack of books? Is there a ladder?
It's basically like a 3 books kind of next to each other. That's 5 tall, and it's tied together. It's a bundle. It's
okay.
It's the books of the class. And one student goes, "Oh, have no fear, Professor. Though I work out my mind, I also work out my body." And he jumps up to the front of class and picks up the book with one hand and sets them on the desk. And as they slam onto the desk, the legs on the desk snap.
Yay.
And it tips sideways and the books tumble out on the floor. God's damn it!
You're mad.
And as he slams his hands down on his broken, disheveled desk, you kind of get a little woozy. And you hear a voice. Gods, they know nothing of damnation. I will see their end. I will be their end. And you, little being of law and structure, you will be my instrument. I will bind you with the very shackles that bind me. And from this day forth, I vow you will be a force of chaos and destruction. The darkness fades, and the room slowly comes back into view. As it does, you hear your instructor's voice. Mr. Bumble,
Yes?
would you kindly explain why you are sleeping in my class on the first day?
Honestly, sir, I would if I could.
That is it. I have had it with your smart-ass remarks. To the headmaster's office immediately.
Smart ass for no.
Out the door. Turn right. Bus to one.
Do I need a hall pass?
Now.
All right. But sir, if I get caught out there without a hall pass, it's on you, I think.
Now, Bumble.
Okay.
And as you walk, you walk down to the door, and he turns around and he grabs his cup of, I think it's just coffee, Pathfinder. I don't have a fancy name for it.
It's coffee, yeah.
They prefer the term bean juice.
And as he sips it to just kind of calm his nerves, the handle breaks off and the entire cup of coffee spills all over him. You go to grab the handle for the door, and as you open it, the handle just kind of falls off, and the screw holes where it was riveted in look like they were stripped.
Okay.
The hallway's 20 feet long, and as you walk, weird shit starts to happen. Just as you're going, just a bird flies right into the window and cracks the window.
That's not my bird.
It might be your bird.
It's not my bird.
And as it does, like a painting falls off the wall. Weird stuff like that.
No, this isn't very good.
Basically, as you walk down the hallway, everything just turns into kind of just slightly disorder.
I try and fix literally as much of it as I can.
And
like
every
that
time-
painting, I try and go and put it on the wall, but I'm too short. And so I'm like, damn it!
And you're like, and it slips and it falls and it hits the ground. The frame breaks.
Oh, jeez.
As you're collecting all the pieces, someone comes out and they kick a piece of glass and they cut their foot and it just kind of proceeds down the hallway
Oh, that's not how that works.
of unlikely and highly improbable chaos.
This is not okay. None of this is okay.
So, as you reach the headmaster's office, you go to knock on the door, and you hear crash. And the headmaster opens the door and has to really try, and you see behind the door a bookshelf that's tipped down, and about 12 books have slid down. He is now opening the door, pushing the the pile of books off of the corner. Ah, Mr. Bumble. Do come in, do come in. The strangest thing just happened.
Yeah, a whole lot of strange things have happened.
And he closes the door behind you and goes to put the bookshelf back up, and then just puts it back in the screw. And just kind of push the nail back into the hole where it was. And he puts the books back up. Oh, why are you in my office already? It's quite soon.
So apparently the professor got mad at me for sleeping, but I'm pretty sure I hadn't fallen asleep.
And as he sits on his chair, it snaps and he falls back. Oh, terrible old chair. I do need a replacement.
Budget cuts and all.
Budget cuts and all. And he'll go grab the chair that's sitting next to you and grab it. And it's not as comfortable as my old one, but it'll do. Carry on.
Out of curiosity, how much experience do you have with large, intimidating voices talking to you out of nowhere, and then after it's done talking, getting yelled at for sleeping?
Well, up until that last getting yelled at for sleeping part, I have been mugged several times due to my meek appearance. So these large, scary voices come out of seemingly nowhere, and it happens to be a nearby alleyway, of course.
Well, this one was talking about, like, gods and being chained by law and structure.
Huh. Kids these days. They're so strange.
They
I
are.
love being a professor. Oh, those weird little cretins. But
What's that last bit?
nothing. So your teacher has yelled at you. What did you do?
I told you. I was being yelled at by someone else, by a voice.
Are you being bullied in my school?
Well, I don't know if it's bullying. I feel like it's like a bigger scale than that, sir. I don't think you're
Is there
listening.
a gang at my school?
Sir, I don't.
Oh heavens! I
Sir, you
must
don't-
call the gods.
You don't seem to
I
be
can't handle
listening
it.
to me.
A gang? Oh
Um,
dear. He starts to fidget, and he hooks.
I've been taking notes of everything that's happened in the past 5 minutes.
Oh, I do love paper. And as he grabs you, he gets a paper cut.
You
Huh.
gotta be more careful.
Huh. Owie.
Owie.
Oh, yes. How strange. And he goes to hand it back to you and kind of slips, and the papers kind of scatter onto the other side of the desk.
No, those are not. I scrolled down on the floor, scrambled to put them back in order.
One moment.
I feel like Bumble, just for this, is going to invent the stapler.
He reaches over and opens his
Wrong
drawer,
character.
and it pops off the little rollers. Oh dear. I suppose it might be your desk soon. And he picks up a strange monocle. This is quite a fun tool that I have designed. It does all the work of skill assessment for me. And you see it, it starts to glow like a lapis blue.
Okay.
Interesting. Say, Mr. Bumble, could you cast spells before this day?
Nope.
You can now. How fun.
What?
Yes. It says you can cast spells of the first circle. How peculiar.
Look, you can't just tell me I can cast spells. Like, there's a whole lot. I've studied spellcraft. It's not that simple. There's a lot of, like, studying and understanding of the arcane that is involved and being able
No, it's
to
in your
do-
blood.
Right, but I don't think any of my families come from any sort of bloodline, so that can't be right.
Did your great-great-grandfather have a rumble in the jungle with a mystical creature, perhaps?
It's not in the histories.
Are the Bumbles particularly good recorders of history?
I mean, not really, but we do keep pretty what's the word I'm looking for? It's a large volume on our specific family. It goes back generations.
A family history? No, very rare these days for generations to keep track of their own history. Unless you're not a noble.
No, I'm not noble.
And he sets down the little monocle and goes over just through some books.
You know, it's a funny story about the histories. Like they were kind of just collecting dust on a bookcase. So I found them and read
Do you have
them.
my bookcase? And he shows you a mahogany bookcase inlaid with gold. It was a gift from the old headmaster. Oh, here we go. And as he grabs a book, the entire bookcase starts to lean, and he jumps out of the way just in time as it crashes to the floor. Oh dear. I did like that gift. I really hope it's not broken.
You're breaking everything.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay. And you know, he wipes off a dusty old tome, and as he does it, the cover rips off. Oh, I suppose I need to open it anyways. And he thumbs through, and
Poor guy.
Stop breaking everything.
I mean, it's a rather strange case, but there have been known to be beings who were gifted magic powers. Very, very rarely through history. Being rare, they are recorded through history. They're called oracles. But my little assessor here, you have a very menacing aura about you. I don't get that from you, Mr. Pumple. You seem like a very pleasant man. So why is it when I look at you through this lens, I feel like you want to kill me? I want to tear me asunder and watch my bits go around the confetti.
And he says in a happy, joyful
Do you know
tone.
what it is?
No, I have no idea.
Let's see here. He reaches into the bottom drawer. I haven't used this in quite some time. The whole panel of the drawer kind of pops off, and the contents pour out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I really hope my box is wrong. And he pulls out a second identical lens, and they link together. This one has a rod, though. It's kind of like opera glasses now. Oh dear.
Oh, dear,
So,
what?
we've been touched by some rather strange things.
I'm gonna need you to be more specific than that, sir.
So here's this doll.
How would I put it? How would I put it? How would I put it? And he's tapping his thumb, and the stick for his that goes to his glasses snaps. Oh dear. Chaos. The end. The end. There's things and then it ends. The it happens at the end. The things happen. There's a bad thing, and that ends with the.
Are you talking about the religious concept of the apocalypse?
Yes, that is a term for it. You're a being of the apocalypse now.
No.
I don't think it works like that, my dear boy.
No, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But one moment, he retrieves his glasses and starts jotting some stuff down. Something odd. You are, in fact, touched by the apocalypse and doomed to carry out his will wherever you go, as it were.
Just as it were.
But there is something else wrapped up in there. You mentioned bindings and chains.
I did, yes.
Make a religion check.
Suck my tiny green peepee, sir. Actually. Well, my assessor
have
seems that you are, in fact, chained, as it were. And from what I've seen, rather good thing you are. Blessed be Asmodeus. Hell
Yeah?
itself has found your chaos, apparently.
Hell itself is bound by what now?
So, a being of chaos that hoped to bring around the end of the world.
Right.
I have a theory. I'm not going to say his name. Force his will upon you. You will magically. You have magic now. It was given to you forcefully by a bad thing. But hell is helping. So these minor mishaps here, these whoopsie daisies.
Thank you, Asmodeus, glory be thy name.
Yep.
Oh God.
Are the restrained version. I fear that if hell had not laid eyes on you, my school would be in tatters. Even more so than my room.
Well, I mean,
You know, a few bits of drywall here and a few nails gone there, and the whole second story comes stumbling on down.
right.
Oh, because you sneezed. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I have an idea though. I have
Okay.
an idea. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He goes rummaging through some stuff. Oh, silly me. He pulls out a small bag. Oh dear, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Aha! 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 Put some. And it tosses a ring at you.
What is this ring?
Hopefully, I can tune it to amplify the shackles that are binding you, so that your chaos is not run rampant, and you do not feel at school.
Okay.
Oh, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Okay.
Wrong finger, maybe.
No, it shouldn't be. But try that finger. Try that finger.
It's slipping off this one. Maybe this one.
Oh dear.
Other hand.
Other hand, maybe. This one.
No. Pick the fingers most comfortable for. And then you see him frantically find blank pages and slap them down and.
Is there science to this, or are you just trying things at random?
I'm experimenting from a hypothesis to find a problem for a solution.
I thought you wanted a solution for a problem.
Frantically. I don't know what the problem is. He slaps down in front of you after like 5 minutes of 50-page document.
Okay.
Okay. For my times, vacationing, the few lovely lawful types, a little thing or two.
Okay.
I need you to decide that.
I'm going to have to read it first. Is that okay?
Feel free.
Okay.
Just be quick about it.
I will read through the entirety of whatever this stack of papers is you put in front of me.
It is a contract. A hell contract.
Oh, good.
He explains what you're reading. Hopefully, if you sign that and legally agree to stop destroying my school and having random bits of chaos happen, it'll stop. That'll empower the chains, and the contract can be stored inside your ring to forever keep that there. If you don't sign it, I will have to expel you from the school for my school's own safety. You understand, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've got worse problems on my hand than that at this point, but sure. So this, I mean, I read it. It seems fairly legitimate. You seem fairly legitimate.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, I can't really understand everything that's in this. I think that's part of the point.
Unfortunately, that's a side effect of double contracts.
Great. Okay. Name, signed, my dotted line. Do I need to put anything else anywhere?
Nope. Just drop off your blood. Oh.
Oh, good.
My Fistophilius friends would be so disappointed in me. There's not any tricks in here. There's no time for tricks. Oh, give me quite a hard time for this.
I didn't think that my first double contract would be like this.
And then.
Have you thought about double contracts that your character would sign?
You don't know.
I actually don't at this point.
Mr. Bumble wishes to make an agreement with Asmodeus himself. The world will never be unclean ever again. It is horribly messy. And only a being as great as he can clean the whole world at once.
Okay. And done.
As you do, you say you feel a sense of calm come over you. Okay though. He does a few little magic bits, and the contract kind of just gets absorbed into your ring.
Okay.
It should just simply store that document. Go back to class.
Can I get like a note or something?
Oh, yes, he was mad at you.
Yeah.
Yes, very well.
I know that's probably not like very high on your list of concerns right now, but
the student
even
has
the
seen me,
smallest things
and the
need to be
issue is
dealt with
resolved.
appropriately.
If more problems arise, tell me, but ignore them. We'll resolve them later. Yours truly, Veneris Grustov. So it's a full 8.5 by 11, but the bottom half is his signature, and it is a beautiful cartography style signature. I do believe this will be a sufficient note as he fixes his comb over.
Thank you very much.
Okay, how to get this place back in order?
So, do I still need the skill assessment class then? Did I pass?
We haven't started yet. I don't see why. It's just for safety. Go back to class. Things should happen again. You have to leave and see more seasoned help. But hopefully it won't. And you'll learn the control you'll learn here will help you control yourself.
Right.
Skill assessment will no longer be your main focus, but you'll finish off today's class. We'll go through we'll put you in the strategy, tactics, and commanding classes to get more control. Hopefully the chaotic forces aren't more unruly than a bunch of vagabonds. It could be. Either way, it's good practice.
Right. I would recommend looking into the history of this building and this town, because this can't be normal, and you really ought not to have this happen again.
History of the town? History of the school?
Great, I'll look into it.
Have fun. You can keep those. I've memorized them. Oh dear, dear, dear. So, go back to class. And the horribly scary disarray stops happening. Paintings stop slightly askewing themselves, and things stop cracking, and paper stops suddenly being out of order. And you were there for 4 days? 4 days?
I think that's what you said.
Get your whole degree in 4 days.
You get a crash course on various battlefield strategies, tactics, and such subjects. After the day of the incident, a strange man starts escorting you to all of your classes. He does not speak with you. He does not look at you. But prominently displayed around his neck is a holy symbol of Asmodeus.
Okay, that's comforting.
Depending who you ask, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after your days, you are told that you have now received your crash course. Unfortunately, my dear boy, and Veneris extends his hand to you. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Your problems seem to have fixed subsided for the moment. Unfortunately, there are many things from your first day here that we have to fix, and an extended stay is not going to happen, but your crash course should be good enough for now. In the future, many days, weeks from now, if you find yourself at ease, with the chaos managed, so to speak, return to us. I would love to have a conversation about your findings.
Right.
Best of luck to you.
Okay. Did anyone tell me how my magic works, or did they literally just tell me you have magic and sent me on my way?
You took college courses the entire way. No one really told you how it works.
Oh, great.
Just like college.
Just like college. They're like, oh, you would need to be a magic cast. Here's a book. We're learning some stuff today. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Leave. Yeah, we have the magic thing, but we're here to teach words and stuff. You were sitting here because you couldn't cast the magic things.
I imagine they probably didn't want me testing how my magic while I was there.
No, I think it's a bad idea. You were asked specifically not to, and reminded that it may or may not violate your contract if things go wrong.
Wait.
to not harm the school in any way. So if you incorrectly cast
Oh,
magic,
There are
right,
things that go awry because of your apocalyptic magic. I feel like I'm taking a chance just saying it out loud.
I don't plan to.
It may void your contract, and let me tell you how bad voiding a devil contract is.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, that's really not good.
Yep. Well, on your
Terrible
eternally
story.
damned soul, I hope you never break anything else in your life.
I didn't think I was ever going to need that warning, but thank you. You have no idea how damaged my psyche is. Thank you very much for this experience. Hopefully, I won't see you again.
Hopefully you will when things are fine again. I shall never say its name, and I think you should be fine.
Did I ever learn its name?
Yes, I told you the first day, didn't I?
I thought that was more
its
of a
name,
thing.
the big thing in the box. You know, with the chains and the thing, that thing. Then you just okay.
I don't think you ever told me that.
You know, the big stereo thing with that were all stopping him and putting him in the box and then burying the box. Because if you can't fix your problems, you should just put them in a box and hide them. And he hides you a sleep tape that has one name on it.
Okay.
It's
Start.
oh, God.
And you said, don't say this.
No, please, please don't say it.
Okay.
It might be seen as a call to him.
All right. I will go
Things might be
ahead
worse.
and not say it then.
Just be careful.
Right.
No matter what even it? For all the money in the world, name the greatest creature that Asmodeus himself has ever defeated. Don't. Just
Got it.
ignore all the money in the world and carry on.
Right. Okay, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Oh dear. I'm gonna put her back into the school.
Great.
Have fun, Michael.
So I hope you enjoyed the apocalypse mystery.
I'm not sure who had it worse, he or I. Your turn. My friend just like walk and smell flowers.
For as chaotic as yours are, Bram's is the most open-ended.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I liked it.
Well, I don't even know what like your mystery is, so.
I mean, I said it out loud.
Apocalypse mystery.
Oh.
You like
I
planning on
realized
going
that's
into
the name
that?
of
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them.
I needed him to narrow it down and like set on one so I could pick stuff.
That's good.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
The apocalypse mystery with the what was it called?
Legalistic.
Legalistic curse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that curse, but that sounds very apt.
It's all about not breaking your rule on your word.
Basically, if you promise to do something, if you
That
don't
one,
do
okay.
that thing, you become sickened for 24 hours, or until you complete that thing.
Yep. So, yeah.
Oh no! Because we're in an adventurers guild that we take contracts from. That's awful.
No, it just means you
It's
can't ever
perfect.
take a
Contract
job
that
you
we
can't
can't
fulfill.
And I did not plan to, so this is fine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, have fun. Okay, Batman.
That is me.
Batman.
Batman.
So, Talia takes you out of the Celt and into Saint Gobnus Wood. Whew. And I look up a number.
3.
Brandon's gonna have to actually roll dice.
Oh. I do have those today with me, so we are
Quite a
set.
bit of them.
Convenient.
I only need 2,
That's good, because I didn't bring mine.
I noticed.
and you didn't need them.
Nope.
That's also true.
Shouldn't die here.
It's okay. The last time that one of my players did an initiation test to join a squad, that character also almost died.
Almost.
Because somebody threw in a higher level opponent than me by accident.
Just one level. You beat it. And then you took its lion, pet, and, made it kill it. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna go with the necromancer. When you kill its things, you can go, okay, now help me kill it.
It worked out in your favor. You got a little like that, dude. There you go.
Well, we're sitting because we did all the initiations by ourselves for that, and I'm like, it's okay, Barack, I don't want to play necromancer. I'll play it druid. That's fine. Thanks for deciding this for me.
So Brandon, I'm about to save a picture.
Okay.
You can't look at the TV
Oh no.
because it saves it in both
Yeah,
corners
I
because
saw
it's
that.
extended display.
Yeah, okay, you can look now.
Okay, you can look now. Okay. So, it is a day's ride, I think I said. It's within a day, so it's where Brock spent 24 hours on the road, you spent an 8-hour trip.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave here immediately after, and you camp your first night in the woods. And Tatalia explains tomorrow we'll rise early, and we'll begin tracking down and hunting your first predator. Now, neither of us are very large, very strong, so we'll be using our brains to take down the problem. Never meet your foe head on. You need to be more clever than that. We will start by finding tracks, and we will follow the canine back to its den. We will watch it. And when you think that you have found its weaknesses, where to hit it, when to hit it, we will strike. I will oversee it. And it's right there. And if you get in danger, I will of course, not let you perish. But I will help you as little as possible. If you have questions, ask them, but I will never prompt anything. You need to be self-sufficient and come up with these ideas on your own.
So one thing that Tatalia will notice if she is actively paying attention for this, whereas
Always.
Amara was a little like tense while in like the stone buildings and on the roads of the town, that once they started getting out into the wilderness, there just became a very much more relaxed aura over Amara.
And during your 8-hour hike with
I don't know if you spell that.
Tatalia, you notice that she is always watching. She is looking over both shoulders, constantly looking at, looking for you, looking out for everything. You get this feeling she's always analyzing her environment. So, eventually there'll be a cat there.
That's fair.
That's
It happens.
basically a cat trap. Is an open chair that's pulled out.
Yeah. Cat trap.
Do it. All for the cat trap.
Especially one that a warm butt was just on, like prime cat trap.
Well, I was gonna grab you. I'm gonna put you on the chair and you're gonna like it.
He won't give you attention.
Oh, well, that rock's gone.
Alright, so Amara first wants to start off by rolling a nature check to see what she knows about wolves in general.
Go for it.
So with a 5 in nature, I got 13 total. There's a couple things beyond the mechanics of the wolf creature that Amara's more interested in right now. Mainly like, are they more during the day or nocturnal animals? I know real world, like you do get packs of dogs, but like, is it likely that there's going to be a solitary specimen?
You know that canines don't use their claws. It's not really a canine thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're more for grip and
Yeah.
power. But they do bite. They are smart. They'll try to do a little bit more. They can be solitary creatures in like a courting pair, a mate proving himself to another one, or a pack. You do not know how big a pack can get. But you do know that they can be in packs.
Okay.
And all canines have scent.
So, one tactic that Amara has while in more forest terrains is she feels fairly confident in her climbing capabilities. So, does Amara herself know that a wolf would not be able to climb up and reach her if she were to get a height advantage?
It was high enough.
Okay. So if I found a tree that was beyond the length of the wolf,
It could get onto a lower branch or something like that if it tried hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you were 10 or so feet off the ground, I wouldn't be able to get you. There's no guarantee it won't just leave.
No, that's true, yeah.
But yeah.
But as a humanoid, I have the advantage over. Well, I have thumbs, but also I have what's the hunting that humans do that?
Pursuit predator.
Yeah, the pursuit predator. So I'll just hire it out eventually. Okay,
Pursuit predator is scary.
yeah. Amara,
Chasing after an antelope until it passes out of exhaustion.
so Amara's rules are that she has to bring back one dead wolf. So if she wants to
Thumbs.
start looking for tracks, so I believe that's perception before survival, for one or at most two sets of wolf tracks in the forest to see, so she doesn't stumble upon a too big of a pack. So with perception of 8, she rolls 2 on the die for 10.
Them tracking
Gotta love
skills.
dice. Gotta love dice.
I know, like, it's like one of the only in-class things the commoner gave me, so it's like, I'm like, oh, I'm super set on perception. It's an 8. I got it for elves, I got it a little bit of wisdom in-class bonus, and nope.
Oh dear. So a 10 makes it. That was the DC I had set in my head, but I was looking at things that could raise or lower skill checks.
Oh, for spotting tracks?
Just in general for perception checks.
Yeah.
You are in favorable conditions, which helps you. This is loose dirt that hasn't had a rain in too long, but
Oh yeah,
not recent, so the tracks can set in the ground.
I do have woodcraft as one of my alternate racial traits. So my survival and nature checks go up by +1 as long as I am in a forested terrain.
And you are in a forested terrain.
So my survival checks will be 1 higher than listed on my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you do eventually, actually roll me a luck check.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12 on the die.
Okay. You find a solitary pack of tracks with paw prints, assumedly, of a wolf.
Can I do
Size, a normal size wolf. It is clearly a canine.
survival to see how old they are?
I think so.
Sounds like something
You'll need-
Aragorn would do. So
You'll need a survival check either way, so go for it.
all right. So with the +1 bonus, with the additional +1 bonus for being in forest, I have a 5 to survival. So I got a 17 on the die for a 22.
2 hobbits laid here.
I love that scene.
I was totally okay with that entire scene except for one was bound. I'm like, they're not.
I think the bound is because you see the crawling like this with the arms is how.
But there's no difference between this and this.
I don't know.
Because you're
as
still
a
gonna
non-
try. Not enough.
As a non-tracker, I guess you'd notice this versus.
But your whole
Yeah, there's
think about
enough
your
of a difference.
wingspan.
There's
It's gonna
totally
chew
enough
it
of a
over.
difference.
I don't think so.
I
I'll
think
stand
there
by
is.
it.
With that 17 on the die, Mitch, there are tracks going every which way.
Yeah. Just because by the time you're done, the pathway's still gonna look the same because you're just still gonna be swinging your wingspan across the entire thing, no matter how you're doing it.
But he's just that good.
It did
He's
make
It's
it,
a movie, so it had to happen, so it happened.
it did make a great cinematic scene though.
Yeah.
Going in
Oh,
between
the flash between. Oh.
like the 2 nights ago and that track, it made a great scene.
Yeah, and then he kicked the helmet and broke his foot, and then he screamed. It was the best scream.
Oh, I know, that's a great tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
Did he actually break his toe there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he shattered his
literally
foot.
broke his foot.
Oh. Okay, I was right. It's soft ground, so it's a DC 10, and you can use perception checks to find it. It's on survival, not perception. I was like, I know I had 10 from somewhere. So you want to see how old they were?
Oh, I'm just curious as a part of the tracking process, like, do I feel like this is within the last day or so? Is this like a week? Is this...
So they're probably, I mean, you can't get like to the day, but you can assume that they're within a week of you seeing them. Nothing has trampled over them, and they haven't deformed much, if any at all.
Okay.
The dirt, you find the tracks in the shade of the trees. The sun hasn't baked the exposed dirt, anything like that. It's soft dirt, but it's not mud. So yeah, the tracks are old enough to set, but not so old that they're deteriorating.
And I do want to state now that, like, I do have the bow in the one hand, and I'm, doing whatever I need to do with tracking with the other, so that way when something does pop up, I have the bow out.
Roll to track these tracks.
Okay, so that plus 5, 13.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to follow these tracks while keeping my head on a swivel. There's no point if the wolf sneaks up on me and kills me before I can even find it.
Speaking on.
Heck yeah. So, you wander around for a while, and as you're going, you see a couple times that tracks cross yours. If you'd like to roll a knowledge nature to see what else has been in the area.
Well, yeah, I'd love to. So with that plus 1, my nature is 6. So that's 11 on the die, so that's 17.
Oh, I lost my mouse.
I'm supposed to lose that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
It was lagging.
Okay.
It caught up and switched tabs. I think I should stop left clicking and start right clicking. That'll be easier. So,
Fair, yeah.
in the soft dirt, in the shade of these trees, you see several things. Mostly small game, a couple smaller deer, some rabbits. You do see, after a couple hours of following these tracks, some very large hoof prints. You assume they're probably something like an elk or a moose, something very large.
Something that a solitary wolf couldn't take down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something, so yeah, they look very similar to the deer tracks you had identified earlier, but they're very big.
Yeah.
Much bigger.
Since I'm not planning on staying in the woods for more than this mission, I do just continue on with the wolf and not go for...
And you do know that the wolves are out during the daytime.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. They can go out at night. They're not necessarily nocturnal. But yeah. They can be both. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's usually the right before dawn and then right after dusk, the two twilight hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever heard it because we live in the foothills. But that's when deer are out a lot. That's the times we need to watch out for deer on the road.
No, I mean I've never.
I've lived further up the hill than here,
Yeah.
but
Your dad's house would.
yeah,
Get that.
well, his old house way uphill. But that's the time we need to watch out because the deer are either waking up right first when they wake up during right before dawn and booking out to go find stuff, or they're about to beeline it back to wherever they're sleeping for the night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the activity is. So wolves bounce between the two of those because wherever the deer are going, that's when you should be going.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. 50-50 chance it's dusk or dawn. So yeah, you follow these tracks for about 7 hours. So
Pretty deep into the woods.
Pretty deep into the woods.
So is Tatalia actively following me? Like I can see her, or is she?
You can't see her. She told you she'll be following you, but roll perception check.
She's doing super sneaky. You probably won't see me.
She has stealth, therefore you can't find her.
26 total, with an 18 on the die.
Super cute. Over the course of the hours you're going, you hope it's her following you. Every now and then, you'll hear
You are being hunted.
a bush rustle or a twig snap behind you, but nothing more. And you can assume it's her. And you're going pretty slow. I think you move at half speed while you're tracking.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, after 7 hours, so I mean it's not very far because you're going at 30 feet around. After you see the very large hoof prints, you get to a small, like, not a hill, but like a knoll, with a clearly a den in it, big enough for one, maybe two wolves. The area in front of it is pretty well beaten down.
Okay, so these tracks are leading up to this den. So, what is my terrain like around? Do I have like a lot of trees and rocks?
You're still in the heart of the forest.
Okay. So
Imagine like a hillock the size of this whole room, and in the side of it there's basically like a hole underneath a large oak tree. So the roots kind of go around this thing. It's just kind of been washed out.
all right, so I don't want to actively, as an archer, actively walk up to the cave. So unless I can specifically see that the wolf is sleeping at the entrance, I'm not going to approach the cave.
It's like dusk right now, so you can't really see into the cave. So you have to go closer to see into it.
Okay.
It's light, and then as soon as the door, the entranceway hits, it's real dark after that.
So I guess what I want to do is I want to get what I want to be downwind from the cave, so therefore the wolf will have a less chance of picking me up by scent, and I want to be in a tree.
Okay.
And I will be doing a stakeout of the cave entrance.
Okay. That's all doable. You pick one. So if imagine this is your hillock, where our hallway is, we the entrance to the den. You find one more towards that side of the house, where it's not directly in front of it. It's off to the side a little bit, and the breeze is coming down and back towards Keld. So it's I guess it's coming down and back towards Keld.
Yeah.
So you're downwind. You find a nice, as comfortable as you can get, branch, and you sit. Roll me 2 perception checks.
Okay, let's get there's a 12, and there's a 24.
Okay, so you beat both the DCs. Your 12 sees that while you're scoping out a good spot, still has line of sight on the entrance to the cave or the den. You notice that there are a few small bones, maybe like rabbits or something like that. Nothing too crazy. You see a leg of a deer with the fur kind of still around the hoof, but not the whole carcass. So assumedly it took whatever it could, rather than drag a whole corpse over here.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay. I might need to get
Just getting scenery.
a
Good
carcass.
on you.
I might need to put it in a point by the cave entrance so the wolf would want to come up to the carcass, and while it's investigating, I'm downwind
Okay.
with the line of shots.
So we'll say you get this idea while you're still scouting out the area.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to track down a deer boy,
A beer,
a rabbit, something.
something like, a rabbit would be sufficient.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if I want to be too ambitious with a deer.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, you want me to roll a perception to see if I can get a deer, a rabbit, or what do you want me to do?
I want you to roll whatever's higher, perception or survival, to
Okay.
find wabbit wax.
So, perception plus 8. So that's an 18.
You find wabbit wax.
Okay. And I will now survival to start hunting the rabbit. So that's plus 5. That's a 17 in total.
Okay. So it takes you the better part of an hour to find this rabbit. But as you're slowly stalking through the underbrush, and a little rabbit head pops up.
Alright, so I did stay. I had my bow out. So I would like to take the shot.
Okay.
Am I within 30 feet?
Roll me a stealth check if you want to be within 30 feet.
I don't want to be, but just for the purpose of
Roll
having.
me a stealth check to see if you could.
Okay. My stealth isn't that great because I have no ranks in stealth. That's what I need to learn how to do. So +3. So I only got 12.
So then no, you are not within 50 feet.
All right. So as soon as I notice that I have alerted and scared the rabbit, I will take my shot.
Okay.
So +4 on this attack. 10 for 14.
The rabbit, well, that was just to see if you could get in, and you don't think you could get close enough to it, so you're not spooked yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're like, so you decide, like, I'm not going to chance that.
Yeah.
So basically, you go up there and you make a little too much noise, like, you hear it notice you. It doesn't see you, but, so it's still unaware of you. And you got a
14 in total.
14 hits.
Okay. D8 damage. 3.
Okay. Right through the side of it.
And it's done for. Okay, so at this point, I think now the plan hinges on going somewhere outside the cave. I think I need to hang the rabbit somewhere where it's like not convenient, but like, you know, he has to like stretch or like slightly get awkward so he can't just snatch and run.
Okay.
And then I want to be downwind of that in the cave,
So then,
in a tree, ready to attack the wolf once I see him start investigating.
roll me
And
a
do
survival check
Okay, that
to
plus
place
fi-
your trap.
that +5. 11. Ugh.
Okay, so you find a suitable tree,
Yeah.
and you're just going to kind of prop this rabbit in the nook between the tree and a branch that you have to get on your tippy toes to kind of put it in there. You kind of snugly secure it there. If this is the entrance to the den, you're there
Yeah.
looking at it, and the tree's probably like right here. So if you turn, you have a straight line to the tree. And like a
Perfect.
side angle on the den. So you do resume
then-
your perch.
Yeah, I was in my perch, and you know, it might be a little too late now, but based off my roll earlier of the wolf, do I know that the rabbit will be a worthwhile, like the wolf will be interested and look into it as
You
fresh
know
meat?
that all animals enjoy free food.
Okay, so
In the natural world, the goal is for your calorie intake to exceed your calorie output.
that's very true. Hence
All
our
animals are college kids.
I was
So,
literally gonna say
if some
hence
idiot-
Taco Bell.
If some idiot left their leftovers by my house, well, it sucks to be them. That's mine leftovers now.
Well, speaking of which, I didn't eat my nacho fries earlier. Are you hungry? They're a little old, but only from 6:45, so not horrible.
Well, only 3 hours old.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
Okay, so you're in that perch,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time your trap's all set up, you're just coming to that twilight hour. And you're only in your perch for about 20 minutes before you see a average sized wolf slowly emerge from the den and follow the scent to the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it up in the tree. He does a circle around the tree.
Yeah, I'm waiting until like he's fully like outstretched and in a really awkward position before I take my shot, but I'm notched and I'm aiming and getting ready and lining up that shot.
So he stretches out and goes to snag that wabbit. He's
Okay.
now in your
Set parameters.
set parameters.
All right, so I think for fear of sense of my own, I'm not within the 30 feet for point blank shot, so I'll be a little bit further out. So it'll just be the normal +4 attack bonus with the longbow. So I got an 11 on the die, so that's a 15. And I will take my D8 damage. 1 damage. So I just barely nicked the wolf.
You're about 50 or so feet out. Here comes Zingin, nails him in the meaty part of his shoulder. Right as his mouth's open to grab that wabbit, and he slams back on the ground and looks back. Roll something.
All right.
Looking for you.
I have, what did I say? Only 3. Just my dex. I got a 12 on the die, so 15.
And he looks straight at you and snarls.
Is this an initiative off?
Initiative.
Dun dun dun.
So with my 3 dex, I got a 13 in total.
With my 2 decks, I got a 12 in total.
So we both roll 10s. Very convenient for me. So I will not hesitate, and I will continue my barrage. So I got a 14 on the attack roll. Big numbers. 3.
Okay.
So that's 4 damage in total.
Put another arrow into him. And you sprint to your tree.
Perfect.
He can't quite reach you, but you see him, like on his first one, run a good 5 feet up that tree and jump out and try and snap at you.
Mm-hmm.
And land at the ground, snarling and barking. Your turn.
All right, so now he is within my point blank shot range, which doesn't make up for his dex bonus, but oh well. So now I'm at +5 to attack. So I will continue my barrage. 8 on the die, so that's 13. Yep.
No, he's moving around and snarling too much, and he starts, doesn't howl, vicious, barking at you, and he's still trying to run up that tree. He's close, but you picked a good spot. Dragon?
Come on. Ooh, an 11 on the die, so that's a 16 total.
Hit.
All right, +1 damage for a point blank shot. 6.
Okay.
So we're at 10 total.
So you get him right as he's running up that tree, and it buries pretty hard into his chest. And he flops down and lands with a thump. And starts to whimper and limp back to his den. What do you do?
I gotta bring back that wolf hide. So I see no point in stopping now. It's a dog eat dog world out there, some say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 7 on the die, so that's only a 12.
Miss. And he whimperingly scampers back into his den, licking at the arrow wounds and whatnot. The wolf is now in the den.
Shoot. What time? So it said it's dusk, so it's nighttime.
It's twilight. It's the last half hour before it's nighttime.
Okay. I'm just going to, I think, is it painful because I'm rolling so bad? Thanks.
No, it's painful because you're killing a wolf.
Wolves are not dogs. Let's be fair.
You know what? She doesn't
Wolves
care.
are canines.
Oh, fiery pup. Okay. Pup.
Well, Well, I know what my next
She
side
used
quest
peppers.
incorporated mission is going to be.
So,
Hellhounds.
to put
Kill
this in
all the
perspective,
puppies.
Brandon, when she was playing
Okay.
Skyrim,
Oh.
she kept, instead of fighting off the wolves, kept telling the wolves that she was their friend and that they shouldn't be attacking her as she ran away from them.
Too bad there's not an in-game mechanic for handle animal within
Um,
Skyrim.
It's Skyrim, so.
Plus, the wolves are terrifying looking. They're not
That's
cute.
true, they are.
Well, I was thinking
Well,
Skyrim because there's totally a
They
mod.
needed the perspective. It's
Oh,
not a
that's
bad thing that you like wolves. I don't understand why you're being so concerned right now.
Alright, I will.
Because you told us that she was awkwardly yelling at a video game.
I
You
will
betrayed her.
wait a
But-
couple hours,
You literally showed the entire internet.
and then once
All of it.
I hope the wolf will be asleep, I'm going to go in with my longsword, try to quietly move up to the wolf, and then I will hopefully get this over with once and for all.
So, after an hour, you feel the branch you're on kind of sag a bit. As Tatalia descends from the tree that you picked.
Oh.
And she leans in close to you and she goes, in about 30 seconds, you're going to run. As that boy comes around the corner. We'll call him a big ol' pupper.
Am I allowed to make a nature check?
Is this a nature?
Oh.
I think so.
If it starts with that letter, no.
Let me look up knowledges real quick.
She wants you to name him Jerry.
Jerry the big old pupper.
So you can roll your knowledge.
Okay. 18 on the die. I don't think the plus one for being in a forested area counts for creature knowledge checks. I'm just going to say with the 5 on the paper.
If
so
it
that's
says knowledge
23.
nature, it's knowledge nature.
Oh, okay. So then
It's all things.
24.
You have no fucking idea what this thing is. You see an overgrown wolf with dull black fur standing 6 feet tall at the shoulders, weighing way too fucking much. It's walking and its feet are pressing into the loose dirt around the den. Its passive snarl is a deep, bellowing, bassy drum that kind of resonates in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And she just says, "Warg."
Oh.
Count to 5 and run.
I will follow that order to the T.
On the count of 5, you hear her bowstring twang as she starts to fight this thing.
And I am vroom.
Okay,
Dun 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 dun. Vroom.
roll me 1 fort save.
No bueno for Amara. Plus
As
1.
you sprint.
17 on the die, so an 18.
Okay, so you're able to maintain your frantic running for quite a while. But after about an hour, you're pretty much at your limit. You've been hiking for 7 hours today,
Yeah.
and now you've just booked it an hour out of absolute fear. And you just are just walking at this point. The only thing keeping you going is fear.
Mm-hmm.
You stumble on at walking speed for maybe another hour before you hear a voice. She was delicious. Will you taste the same?
So
And the voice starts here and kind of just bounces around you, as if the forest itself is talking to you.
I think Amara instinctually would just look for higher ground. So I think, once again, going with a tree is probably the best bet.
Okay. So, roll a climb check.
So +6 for climb. 17 on the die. 17 total.
Okay. So you're able to slowly, your muscles just not wanting to listen to you, climb into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win this, Jerry. I have the high ground.
Oh, never mind. He goes down.
And then I don't, because of muscle soreness, I don't have my arrow knocked, but I do have it. No, I have it knocked. I don't have it drawn.
Yeah.
That's the term. Yeah.
Having it drawn
And then-
would be very difficult.
And then, do you want a perception check out of me,
Draw a
or?
picture of it.
So as you climb the tree, the voice speaks again. I do so enjoy playing with my food. Scurry, little one. And yes, you can make a perception check.
Does Brandon?
17 on the die, so that's a 25.
You see a pair of beady red eyes skulking about 20 feet off.
All right, I will take a shot then at it.
Go for it.
So if you said 20 feet, with the height I'm in the tree, does that point blank shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
20 feet out, 10 feet up.
Darn, that's only 11 total. I figured.
Your fear and exhaustion threw it off guard. Give me a second.
Oh, I guess Fairy Pup wants me to roll a sense motive to make sure that the eyes aren't begging for friendship, understanding, and love.
Well, you can roll that.
13.
The eyes look intelligent and hungry.
Hungry like the wolf. Darn.
Okay.
Don't die.
Let us play, little one. But my tabs would cooperate. As he charges the tree and bites it, the tree starts to shake. What do you do?
I guess I'll take a shot. Hopefully, if he truly did take down Titania, she did enough damage that I might be able to get it before it gets me down. $20 on the die.
Okay.
14 on the die, so that's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Confirmed. Do you multiply the point blank shot damage? So 20 damage on that critical hit?
On 3d8, nice.
3d8 plus 3.
You said 20.
20 damage.
Okay. A solid chunk into his left eye. He howls in pain. I was going to play.
Yes, there was an actual nat 20, and yes, this is Neville.
But now, he will die. And he charges, lands on your branch. Under his weight, the branch snaps, and you both fall.
Acrobatics check to avoid.
The d6 from falling.
Well, hopefully to stay standing, but yeah, also the D6.
Oh no, you're completely unaware.
Well, I mean, like to catch myself. Like, is that part of the avoiding the damage is being upright when you fall?
Sure. You don't want to land on your feet.
So,
but
13 on the die for a 16 acrobatics.
yeah. So you both land facing each other. He is 3 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
You can see the blood dripping from his eye. He has 2 arrows in his side,
Mm-hmm.
and his hot breath puts your hair on end, and you know this thing is pure evil.
That's bad. I think I have to take a 5-foot step back and to take my shot with a little bit of space that was created through the step. So that's a 15 on the die for a 20 total.
Okay.
And that's 4 more damage.
Okay.
So now here's the party to start writing down damage that happens to me.
Yeah, no. If I roll that die, you don't exist.
It would eat you.
The attack roll?
Yeah. So you see the arrow kind of scrape past his face. So you got lucky. You see his paw come up and snap the arrow that was in his eye.
Ouch.
You looked me in the eye. You did not run. Even though that is the only way you would survive. You are either courageous or a fool. Either way, I will savor you. You will leave this forest, and I will hunt you. Now run.
As he latches out and bites your leg.
Oh.
How much health do you have?
12 total.
Now you're at 1. That would do another that.
Ooh. Very risque.
Yep. So he bites your leg.
Now run, rabbit. Run.
I will do my best run.
So you spend the next several hours limping through this forest as the maniacal laughter of this war echoes through its woods, bouncing off every tree and rock as if all around you. You eventually, not suddenly, after like 3 more hours, break out of the woods.
Yeah.
And you turn around, and so imagine the woods, and it has a hard cut where they've been harvesting for the village.
Yeah.
So you're in the clearing.
I will see you again, little rabbit.
And you turn around, one peek over your shoulder, and the warg is standing on the edge of the trees, smiling.
It's creepy. Very rude of him.
And you see, as he basically turns to leave, he presses his head against a tree and slams his hand on the arrow and tears his head away. And trots back off into the woods.
So if my teacher died, do I fail?
We're not done.
Whoa.
What do you do?
At this point, I do think I return. I ain't going to that fucking forest. I'm scared of shit.
So, you go back to what? Guild headquarters?
Yeah.
Just like call it quits and go back home? Like, you're like, nah, fuck this, I'll go home. So you're at headquarters?
Yeah.
Go find the captain. It's like 4:30 in the morning. You arrive at guild headquarters. The front doorman lets you in. The captain is asleep. What do you do?
I guess we really haven't defined this much, but are there medical facilities here?
Anybody else break?
No.
No.
Alright, then it's just the widget.
Yeah.
Close it and reopen it. But we're almost done.
Yeah. Do we think there's clerics on staff to go to? And
Yes, but they're asleep, so you have to wake somebody up. Who are you waking up?
cleric.
Okay. I guess the guard, the front doorsman, seeing that you're bleeding all over his floor, rushes to the first aid center and comes back with a very sleepy. Yeah. Anything was only spells yesterday. And just kind of just cure lights you for 11.
Nice.
Not bad.
And then I'll tell the guard and the healer that Titania is missing. I believe she fell to a warg. Except for it's actually more terrified. It's Titania. She fell to a oh no, I never identified it.
She told you ward.
She told
Oh.
you it was a ward.
She
Fell
said
to a-
ward.
Fell to a warg, she said it was.
What? Your instructor died? Oh dear. There should not have been. And just one?
That's all I saw. Yeah, just the one.
No, there shouldn't be anything in. There shouldn't be anything in those woods that can take out the Tony. You just didn't. You didn't see it, right? She'll probably be back. She'll be back soon.
I'm not so
You never
sure.
really will see to disbelief.
Dun dun dun.
Like you do for everything. If you're a paranoid metagamer. Okay.
Yeah. So he does his best for a couple minutes just to kind of calm you down. He assures you that there's nothing in the St. Gobnus Wood that could take on a steel ranked adventure by itself. They cleared it out a while ago to make it safe as a training ground for the guild. Like that couldn't have been a thing. And after a few minutes of you insisting that it was so, the doors burst open and Titalia stumbles in.
Oh, Titalia.
Her armor torn and tattered, bleeding profusely, and she stumbles in. Captain, it was him. Nightfang has returned. And passes out on the floor and starts to bleed. The cleric rushes over and just immediately just starts.
Spam. Heals, not spam.
She still has several open wounds on her by the time he's done. He apologizes profusely. Yesterday was a taxing day, and he spent so many spells. If only he'd been more careful. Just a few more hours of sleep, she'll be fine. Her bleeding stopped now. She'll be fine soon. I promise.
So while the clerics that are doing that with the doorsman, if he's still there, I'll go to him and be like, what's Nightfang?
Oh, dear lassie. If they're right and that's Nightfang, we'll be calling back some adventurers.
He told me he'd kill me.
Oh. If you spoke to it and it let you live, it very well might be Nightfang. Nightfang was a problem. We had a great pack of wargs decades ago when the guild first started clearing out the wood. He led a pack of 100 warg. He himself is an elder warg, I think they call him. Great and powerful beast. Oh, those wargs are bound to the wood. Through what we do not know, but they cannot leave its bounds. So long as you stay far from St. Gognet's, you should be fine.
So
Quite a hassle.
if he couldn't leave the woods, but the woods were cleared out, how did he survive? How did he evade detection?
To this day, we still do not know. Those woods were combed top to bottom, east to west, and wargs still run rampant through them to this day. The adventurers decades ago killed what they thought was every warg, but they must have missed some. There's not a problem for young, well, I suppose now porcelains, such as yourself. There's a problem for much more powerful adventurers. Not even Titalia could handle such a beast. She's lucky to be here. She's lucky to have escaped with her life.
But I failed. I didn't bring down a wolf like I was instructed to.
Did Titalia or the captain say you failed?
Well, she can't say anything right now.
Did they tell you you failed?
No, is the captain awake?
He's still there.
Oh,
You woke him up, he came out, he tried to calm you down.
okay.
He was there, he said it couldn't be, confirmed it was. Yeah, he's there.
Well, not yet, but they set the condition. My test was to kill a wolf by myself, and couldn't even do that.
Well, your friends should be back in a few days. We'll see then.
And he escorts you to the common room for you to go to sleep. The next morning, Titalia is awake. She has a few scars that, from what you've seen, divine magic just kind of heals all wounds, but
Several of the claw mark or the bite
Something
marks.
about its marks have left their scars.
Even on your leg, there is basically all the way around it.
Yum.
Solid bite mark that is completely scarred over.
So Amara wouldn't say this, but Brandon's definitely like, yeah, Amara doesn't taste that good. She's too scrawny. There's not enough meat on her bones.
There's so much fear in her, though. And fear is the best seasoning.
Unless you're a magical beast and your taste buds only liked fear.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, we're soft boys. We don't like it.
That's gross.
But the first person you see in the morning is Titalia. And she comes to your room and she goes, "Congratulations, my dear. Not only did you kill a wolf, you escaped from an elder war. A most resounding passing grade."
Did I take down the wolf? He walked away.
When you fled, I battled with the beast. Nightfang wounded me and left, assuming I could not flee. I healed what wounds I could, the supplies I had, and I hid. I hid in the wolf's den. I covered myself in its filth and its mud. When I went in there to do so, it was dead. It had bled out in the cave. And luckily, it was big enough to satiate Nightfang's hunger. He consumed the corpse and left.
glad I was able to help.
You will grow stronger, and you will become more clever. And one day, you will be able to hunt even Nightfang himself.
As she hands you over a small badge that is porcelain.
I'll grab it and I'll say, I just have to avoid his hunts until then.
We all need to. Congratulations, little adventurer. When you two come back, you also receive porcelain benches.
So, weird little thing, since we're basically done. So literally all three of us are watching it, and it says we only have 2 viewers.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
It also said we only had 3 when she was here also. I was like, yeah, jump.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Our viewer account's being mean.
Oh,
Yeah. Because under viewers, I see the 3 other mods. I see Angel of Flight.
Mm-hmm. I saw that one too.
I don't know if Lurks or another TV viewer are actual people. I know Commander Root isn't. I don't know if Cycle Motion is. I don't recognize any of those as bots that probe channels. So yeah. What'd you guys think? I wanted to give you at least some role play reason to earn a class. Brandon's was just the most mechanical of actually like learning stuff.
Yep.
If you want to do a time skip, because technically it takes years to learn your class,
Oh, yeah.
we can.
Nope.
That's up to whoever's next.
I mean, I feel like everyone, Mamara, I think was on that path.
But I think everybody already started their training throughout their life.
Yeah.
2 of us don't need training.
Nope. Yeah.
But I hope you guys
somehow happened.
hope you guys enjoyed that.
Extra player
I thought it was pretty fun.
in the form of a medium-sized bird.
And all I have to do is make friends with the very chaotic demon monster.
That might be a draft degree.
But yeah, he may or may not be he who shall not be named.
Voldemort? Wait.
And
Voldemort's a pussy ass bitch. I mean, especially compared to who we're talking about.
you mean Gorgabug?
Yeah, Gorgabug.
The thing I love
Everything?
most about the Harry Potter world is the spell that Harry Potter learns in his first year carries him throughout battling one of the most powerful wizards alive. Expelliarmus.
Yeah.
It's just Expelliarmus. Avada Kedavra, one of the
Turns out,
3.
like, disarming people is a super effective way of killing them.
When the only way they know how to kill you is by using a device to kill you
Then taking that device away.
is really,
Super
really
strong.
powerful.
But it's just, I just love the Kamehameha scenes where it's one of the 3 most powerful curses, and then it's Expelliarmus, counter, sucker.
The thing we learned in year 2. I was 15. Eat my pee-pee.
Well, yes, I did enjoy our sesh.
I didn't like
Good.
what almost happened there, but
Very
yes.
much enjoyed it.
But it's a little different.
I hoped it, I mean, it was essentially artificial or not you guys choosing some backstory stuff.
Yes.
I hoped you guys would like it.
Yeah.
But I tried to make it interesting and class specific.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought about that with just gaining it.
I hope nobody else does anything crazy, but I plan on using the Nemesis program. Have fun.
Caught that.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, this.
I keep it.
It'll be
What?
around the
I
fire.
killed you. Come
I
back for
killed you.
more. Wraith. The Nightwalker. I think that's what they call him, right?
Don't remember. I didn't play those games.
They were
she
fun.
didn't either.
What games?
Nemesis system. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
Oh, still haven't beat the second one.
I haven't either.
It was just really mean.
Well, it did
Oh,
get really mean.
oh,
I kept dying to a.
Like there were some really fucking brutal combinations that could end up coming.
I know. I
creating.
kept dying to a keep commander, and eventually I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to walk in here and kill him. Literally, I don't.
The
He just became-
summon. What was the big
He became immune to.
Grogs and Wargs? Whatever they were.
I think so.
You can summon both.
I know you can.
Because that was everyone's solution to like when it was the barbarian type guys that had the two axes that eventually became basically the way you had to do it was you had to jump over them, and that was one of the counters because they were unblockable.
Right. Okay.
And so the solution was you do this forward roll over them. No, they're immune to the forward roll, so you had to block them because it's the shield guys who have to jump over.
Yeah.
And it's when either one of those units that takes
Become-
away one. So there's two ways to block a move: it's to jump over a guy or to block it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one unit that's immune to each, and there's a perk that makes you immune to the other one. So they're sitting there like, hey, I can block every move you can make, and you can't block any moves I can make, and you can't dodge anything I do. Like, how the fuck?
Some
like,
of the stacking
you leave it alone, and you
mechanically-
level up your branding until you can just summon in one of the Grogs, the big old fucking beastie boys. You jump on it, you beat the shit out of them. And there's combos where that all happens, and then they're immune to the Grogs. They're Grog killers. And they just go, boop, boop. Your 12-foot tall monster's dead, now you have to fight me.
But I brought
Well, that way you do.
And you're like, oh, cool, I can shoot you with a bow. And you're like, oh, but I only have 6 arrows. Oh, no, there are combos that broke the game.
No, they're definitely.
Because you don't have to kill every commander. You have to kill enough.
But the ones that hold the keeps.
You don't have to kill all of them. It wasn't 100% of the keeps.
Oh, really?
You had to get enough progression, enough, basically, of that zone done to unlock the next zone. But yeah.
Well, anyways, let's go ahead and.
Yeah.
Let's
We will
close
see you
this guy out.
guys on Wednesday
Yeah.
for Tech Thieves?
Yeah.
Tech Thieves.
Tech thieves.
Tech thieves.
Woo!
Dismiss.